2 masters, 2 senior masters, and 4 juniors. Sounds like we got a pretty fun field, Mindy. I'm excited to bring this race with you today. I know you have a lot of experience paddling in these waters. How you feeling today?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. I'm in a boat and I'm not paddling.
Yeah.
Although I do want to paddle sometimes, watching them because they're all having so much fun out there. Yeah, we have a cloud cover today. There's a little bit of texture on the water, so it's going to be real simple for the girls. Nothing really crazy out here. We've got a lot of girls. This is their first 9-man race they're doing because all of the novice from the Ironman seasons are coming up right now.
That's right.
So you got a lot of people excited, really excited to do this race.
You know, I was slightly behind this morning. I mean, shoot, I just jumped on board 5 minutes before we went live, and I hitchhiked on Kahakai's escort boat, and it sounded like they might have had one kind of novice paddler that was, new to 9-man paddling, and
they're going to be a contender today because of Dana Point, who's been dominant in this race. I don't know, since pretty much 2010 they've been dominant.
Oh yeah,
Dana Point. But
the Dana Point
most
dynasty.
of the top girls at Dana Point went to Hawaii this weekend to do a pentathlon. So we're going to see a little bit, maybe somebody contesting the rest of the novice girls. You're going to see people like Kai, which has a really strong
masters team.
In the past, win a few of these races, and then you have Lana Keela always.
Yep.
That's way up there with them too. So I think it's going to be really exciting.
Interesting.
Because the door's wide open.
Yeah, the floodgates are open. Yeah, very interesting. All right.
The door's wide open from Marina Del Rey. A lot of these girls are also this week flying over to Brazil to compete in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and speaking of which, that Kahakai women's team, that Masters team, they are representing the Masters division for the U.S. So they'll be pretty hungry, I imagine, because Brazil is next week, right?
Brazil next week.
So yeah, this is definitely a tune-up, shake-out race for them, I imagine. So we're really looking forward to seeing them in action. Shout out to, I just met them this morning. Shout out to Aaron, Michelle, and Danny, who is racing with that Kahakai women's team. So we'll be paying close attention to them.
Danny Bell has come from Lanakila. She's a longtime member of their top crew in Lanakila. And, this year moved over to Kahakai with her sister, Kat Bell, who, I don't know if Kat Bell's steering that boat, but she is one of their top steersmen. So, there's a dual sisters going on in that boat.
What a name, Danny Bell.
I know. Great name.
I'm sure she must get, that name rings a bell a lot in her life.
No pun included.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so to what you're saying, there's some texture on the water. That's the beauty. That's what I love about paddling out of Dana. There is always action, even when there's not much wind in the forecast.
Yeah. Well, years ago, right now, all the canoes are headed out to the red bell buoy out there.
Yep.
But years ago, they used to let us cut through these rocks. And the course was through the rocks until one of the canoes ended up in the rocks.
On the way out or on the way back?
On the way back.
Okay. Wow.
And after that, then now every race goes out to the red buoy now. But it used to be super fun because there was a lot of moving parts and really exciting going through the rocks. And you can't see it right now, but right behind us, there's like a patch of rocks that you can shoot through, and it's called shooting the rocks. But now most of the teams are almost to the red buoy.
Can you imagine in today's racing, especially with these unlimited canoes, if someone were to shoot the rocks, the kind of damage that would, that would, right?
And damage,
yeah. And so we're looking at, of course, the camera's not picking it up, but I'm looking at Dana Point's.
No, we're looking right now. We're looking. It looks like Lanakila.
Oh, okay, great.
Is that Lanakila or is that no? San Diego Canoe Club.
So the race, has the race started?
Yeah, the race started 11:34. 11 minutes and 40 seconds ago.
Bar for the Broadcast Braddahs.
Yeah, right. And that's
Hawaiian time.
And I'd say it's about 95, 99% my fault because I was behind.
All right.
That's all right because we're bringing action all the way through the race.
Correct.
Normally, when I do this on my phone, you only get like 5 minutes of action.
All right, Mindy. So, all right. So, like you said, we're almost 12 minutes into the race.
And we've already seen a couple boats pass the red buoy. And there's a 30-minute time before all the escort boats can come up to do their changes. So typically in these races, it's been 20 minutes, but they changed it to 30 minutes this year.
Okay, so it gives crews a little bit more space, right? A little more opportunity.
Because, when everybody's all bunched up and you're trying to bring escort boats into the mix, safety becomes a big deal.
Yeah.
You got heads bobbing in the water. Escort boat, some of these escort boat skippers are brand new at this, so this is their first training of skippering outrigger race, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, this is a good tune-up race. Yeah, like to what you're saying, it's the first nine-man race of 2025. We're also excited, Justin and I, to bring this live. This is the first time we're bringing the Whitey Harrison race live. And this is a bit of a tune-up for us going into 9-man and Catalina, and we're really excited.
Yeah.
So it looks like we got eyes on Lanakila right now. That looks to be their
normally their top boat.
Yep.
You've got a great shot of this. We've got a drone up in the air checking this out. We've got cameras in the boat.
Yeah, and
I don't know. Maybe James could tell us who's in that boat. Who's steering that boat? Because we're so far.
From what I can tell, it looks like Amy
Spector steering that boat.
I don't think that's Amy steering.
Doesn't
Actually,
look like he. That might not be.
And this may not be their top crew, based on where the drone is. I think it's kind of more mid-pack at this point, and we're working our way towards the leaders.
Yeah. That's how long. Yeah, so you can see a really nice shot right now of the canoes headed towards Laguna Beach. So the course today, we normally go from Dana Point Harbor, and we go all the way to Main Beach, Laguna Beach. There'll be a orange Dorito to turn. There'll be a north. This one, typically the left-hand turn.
Yep.
Why, Billy always likes to do right-hand turns. But today we'll do a left-hand turn. We'll go out about a quarter of a mile, do another left-hand turn, and it's straight back.
Real quick.
Occasionally, there's a little bit of swell. I don't think we're going to see much today in the women's race. The men's race, a little more, probably.
So real quick on that topic, what you mentioned about Billy loves to make right-hand turns.
Yeah.
Why is that?
He does it. He'll normally go out, about 4 or 5 miles in the race, and then look at the swell direction.
Okay.
And he really wants to give the steersman and the crew a fun time coming back. Years and years ago, we would take a race and we'd go straight out, make a left-hand turn, come straight back. And the problem is that you would be not running with the swell as much. So what he's trying to do is give the best possible
opportunity to have fun.
Yeah, to have fun, to catch waves. Here in California, we don't have a lot of that opportunity, right? And then a lot of times some of our clubs will go over to Hawaii or other places. And, it's good for them to practice these slightly downwind, not always.
Yeah.
But, it helps us compete with all the other nations, I guess.
Scott, run up a little bit more. Please. We're going to tell.
All right. I'm going to look up front, see what's happening up front.
Up there a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we are roughly, we're what, 15 minutes, 16 minutes in, so we're what is that, mile and a half in, give or take,
probably good
for these competitors.
These girls, they're starting to run at like 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour, especially up in the top.
Yeah.
Right? So, there could be almost 2 miles.
So they're definitely settled in.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking at the water.
We're looking up right here.
Yeah, and it looks like they are fighting current right now.
Yeah.
They're fighting
super low tide this morning.
Okay. So tide is
flooding.
Tide is starting to flood, and they're going
We
against
had a full moon just the other night, so the tides are going to be wicked today on the high side and the low side. So
So, by the way, our producer slash manager slash DJ slash mom slash auntie, Jane Creighton, has reported back on the Lanakila team that we saw earlier. And the steersman of that team was Parker. Lori Parker steering that team. And right now we got eyes on a little pack here. I'm seeing towards the right of your screen, I'm seeing that Kahakai women's team that
that's
we were
a dark
referring to
blue
earlier.
boat. It's Kahakai. Kahakai is from Long Beach, California.
Yep.
Right? So they sit next to another canoe club called Lokahi Canoe Club.
Out of Mother's Beach.
Yep. And Lokahi typically does Coed race, the Coed team from these races. So right behind Kahakai, you're going to see Lanakila steered by Lori Parker. And right behind that, a blue and white boat, it's Hokuloa.
That's a long trip for Hokuloa coming
Right.
out of Ventura.
Exactly, yeah. And then right on the outside of Hokuloa is Imua. And I think if most of Imua's boats are going Coed, so that might be a Coed boat. I can't tell from where we're sitting.
So to what you were saying earlier, right when we jumped on, Mindy, with the door being open
Right.
for these teams, pretty tight, right? Like we're almost 20 minutes into the race, and it is anybody's race to win, anybody's race to claim. And I'm sure things will get interesting after the first change. But
we have Dana Point.
well, yeah, we got Dana, and Dana's still making the statement, right? Like,
Is that a Coed boat? Because Coed started.
no, that looks like all women to me, unless all the men are on the escort boat.
Okay.
And that's the power of Dana, right? Like, yeah, we talked about the door being open, but they have so much depth this year. I'm glad that we're getting into that, because that's something that I noticed in particular this year is they have two teams, first and second, right? They are so deep.
Well, the nice thing about them is right now is they're bringing up all the young girls. In their top team, the last couple races, they had Soren.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 16 years old.
Yep.
Sitting two, taking Bo's place. And Bo, has moved over to Japan right now. She'll come back in and out for big races. Brandy.
Man, what a factory, huh?
Yeah.
That
Brandy.
they just fill seats in after, like a paddler like Mo.
Yeah. Well, you get to experience what it's like to be in a fast boat.
Yeah.
So it accelerates your learning curve when you put new people in like that.
100%.
So, not to interrupt, but we may not come back to this. This Newport Outrigger crew right here, that is a Coed crew. Steering that boat is 86-year-old Uncle Jimmy Arita, and he's going to iron this race today.
Wow.
And we may not see him again, so while we had him, I wanted to say good luck and congratulations.
And right in front of him,
What a great shout out.
in front of him in the NAC boat is JoJo Tupner stroking.
Oh, JoJo's up there.
And it looks like Phaedra sitting two, and Natalie Wrigley. And these are all people from the 70s who paddled with me in the 70s.
Battle of the Legends.
Yeah. JoJo has done every single Molokai race out there, won 10 of them, but has not missed one. And there she is stroking a boat.
That's pretty cool. So definitely a lot of legacy in that crew.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that's a Coed crew as well.
So, Mindy, speaking of legacy, tell us a little bit about your paddling background. You mentioned JoJo. Didn't you used to race with her, right?
Yeah. I started, all of us, I originally started in Marina Del Rey for a year, 2 years, and then moved down to Orange County and started paddling with Billy Whitford. And at that time, it was Balboa Bay Club, and then they switched to Puamana Canoe Club, and then they ended up being Offshore Canoe Club. And at that time, we had a lot of people kayaking, Olympic kayakers in the team.
Wow.
And training for that as well as paddling outriggers. And so, we had a good group of girls, JoJo, one of them. Natalie started out with me steering at the same time, but she took off and did something for about 30 years and now is back paddling again. But yeah, the crew, we won Catalina, I think 19 times, Molokai 10 times. Won the Hawaii Nui in the 90s, went over to Hamilton Island, won Hamilton Island 5 times, Liberty Cup a couple of times. So I attribute to all the traveling we did and the experience that we got from going to all these races. So, anytime somebody has the opportunity to go to another race in another country or another, state, I highly recommend it. It's such a learning experience.
Perspective,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can sharpen, you can harness your tools, sharpen,
Yeah.
and what's great about traveling too is you connect with other paddlers, right?
Yes.
And you can learn from them, like, hey, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys had some stud athletes
Yeah.
on those teams.
Yeah.
Besides fitness, what do you think the secret sauce was with those really good teams that you had back in the day?
Well, I think with Billy, he is such a stickler on paying attention to the details. And we simulated everything, and I think for here in California, you can't simulate surfing,
Yeah,
but he found a way to do it and found a way to help us, train for going over and paddling in other conditions and stuff like that. So, attention to details is what I got to say was a big contributing factor. And that was all Billy. It was,
yeah. And to add to that, I gotta say, and that's something that Josh Creighton and Danny Ching instills in us at Lanakila.
Yeah.
Is addressing those details and fitness and strength and going fast all the time doesn't always. That's not always the
Yeah, you got to be
the
well
answer.
rounded in
Yeah.
everything. You got to be
Yeah.
fitness, you got to be strength, you got to be endurance, you got to be technique. All of that matters. Attitude probably
Yeah,
is the number one.
mentality, yeah, attitude, yeah, and that's the beauty of paddling, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's kind of it in a nutshell, and there's no science to it. It
Yeah.
seems, but it sounds like from what I can just hearing that history of your crew, you guys develop a lot of chemistry,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
a lot. It was that's like
Well,
a 2 decades, of
there
just
there were some, like once teams get really big, I think there are some little blow ups here and there, and
yeah,
things change. But as long as you're feeding into the top groups and getting people to learn quickly, and I think you can come back pretty fast.
and
So,
what's interesting too is the same time offshore women was a powerhouse. The men,
yeah, they started it.
had some,
They actually started it. With bladed paddles.
that's right,
Over
yeah,
and
yeah,
Winnie Molokai, that was Billy and that crew.
very cool. So,
Yeah.
so it sounds like it's safe to say that they helped pave the way for
Yes,
your women's team, yeah.
absolutely.
We're gonna control to the leader.
Okay. So it looks like we're going up with our drone in a second. Right now we're sitting in the upper pack.
Yeah, the women's teams, right? And then we'll
Yeah,
probably make our way towards the Coed team.
I'm not sure. We have a couple of boats way out far, and I'm not sure if those are Coeds. I think they're Coeds. I think right now what's happening in the women's race, just by the look of it, we have Kaha Kai in the lead. Lanakila,
Yeah,
well,
so
maybe not. Let me see.
well, so we got eyes
Maybe
on
there's a data
Imua's
point. So there's a
Coed
data
team
point.
currently,
There's a
and
data point.
Dana looks like Dana Women's is actually
Yeah, in
keeping
front.
up with Imua's Coed team,
Right. Yeah.
and my goodness, they're a force. They don't even have their heavy hitters on the team, and they're crushing it right now. They look really smooth.
That's NAC. That's an NAC.
Oh, that's
boat.
an NAC. Well, that's not a Dana canoe.
This
It's
could
the
be
Dana colored.
Dana. I know there's a Bobby Poplar steering one of them. Dennis Campbell steering one of them. That might be Dennis
That looks
Campbell.
like Dennis steering.
Yeah, Dennis Campbell steering that one.
We're running to Dana right now. They're out in the very front.
Okay.
So yeah. So Dana is so far in the lead that they were out of picture, and we thought that the crew was. We thought that NAC team was leading the race, but that's how far ahead Dana is.
Yeah.
Holy moly, Mindy!
Yep. They got depth in their team.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, I understand. Brandy and Scooter, they're 1 and 4.
Okay.
And Shinlu are all in Hawaii right now. So that's out of their top boat.
And are they there for the Nepali challenge or?
No, but there is a Nepali challenge going on that a few
Okay.
teams are there for.
Okay.
But no, they're doing a pentathlon out over there.
Say that again? Pentathlon?
Which is like a run,
Like a
swim,
5
paddle.
Yeah, yeah.
A whole bunch of events that they're doing.
Just trying to keep in shape by doing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
for
yeah.
9-man season, huh? So looking at my watch, it's 6 a.m. in Kauai right now. Hopefully, Brandy and Shinlu, they're watching.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's called nice boy.
It might be a Dana Masters up there.
So yeah, this looks like Kahakai's Coed team. You got the likes of Joe Bober. I wonder if he's double dipping today, maybe racing Coed and
Okay.
the men's race.
We were Justin Burbank, the Regulars.
Is that a newer canoe for Kahakai? I don't recognize this canoe.
That is the Kahakai that was brought over from Ibua. I think it was Ibua was racing it a couple of years. I think it might
Okay.
be Ibua. I think she might be in the
Yeah, perhaps Susie and C3.
Yeah.
So that
They got
is
good
so
timing.
running in the lead
they're
right now
running-
is the Coed boat. They started
Okay, so
2 minutes ahead. Then you have an NAC Coed boat, and then you have Dana Point women. Behind that is going to be a Ibua, looks like a Coed. There you go, point back. And then Kahakai would be the second place women right now. But they could be going masters too. Drop that. Yeah. And then Monakila.
Yeah, so now we're back to the third, fourth place teams right now.
Yeah.
So my bad. I totally thought that was a Dana canoe, the NAC Coed team with Dennis steering.
Yeah, Dennis Camp always put together some great teams. I think normally they go senior masters. Probably one of 2 of the senior masters right there.
This would be a Dana women team right
And
there.
that's a Dana women, yeah.
Kind of long right now.
So
Okay,
you're
so
looking at the
that's the
Dana women.
Dana women
Yeah,
team that we were. It was like, where's Waldo? We were trying to find them, but it's still good to know that they
So-
are holding a lead currently.
So for all you people watching, we're in a very large boat with a lot of equipment around. And so we can't get too close to the pack or else we're going to shoot up huge wakes for all of them. And so we're pretty far off, so it's a little harder for us to see. A lot of times when I'm in Billy's boat right next to him, he can go in and out and we can get close up. We're getting close up from all these great zooms and drones out here.
Yeah.
And but for us trying to identify, it's a little tougher for us.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
So-
landing back. So
So
you saw Josh Creighton's rubber ducky just fly by. They're about to make their first change.
So we're at 30 minutes right now.
Yep.
making their first
And he's going to get right up in there, and we're going to watch all this unfold. First change of 2025 right here. You're
Right,
seeing it first on the Broadcast Braddahs.
1, 2, 3. So right now these canoes with cockpits are going to the junkie.
And this is really good strategy, right?
Get them in, get them out.
Try to here we go. So let's see what if
Looks
it's
like a 1,
I imagine it's gonna be a
3-5.
1-3-5. Yeah, looks like a 1-3-5. Nice hook. It's a really good change for the first change of the year. Well done, ladies.
And if you watch them, they're picking up their pace right now. So they got a new
Yeah.
stroker in, new pace.
Fresh bodies.
It typically takes the rest of the crew a couple of minutes to adjust to a new stroker coming in like that, so fresh. And you need that C1 to start warming up.
Yeah, especially in these kind of,
Yeah.
colder waters, right? And here
I'm
in
gonna say
California.
I'm gonna say stroking is Coral Wolf right now.
I concur.
Yeah.
That definitely looks like
Like
Cora.
Wolf. And that's
So
80,
and so
and that is-
Montequila currently they're running in third, right? If I'm not mistaken, third
Yeah,
women
right. Yes,
on the Wahine side,
right.
and
And
they're nipping right at the heels of Kahakai's women.
Right.
And here we go. We got check it out. We got Dana on screen, and they're about to make their first change. And that's going to give leeway to Kahakai and Lanakila to make their first move.
it's a 3-man
Let's see
team.
how Dana. They're the some of the best women's team in the world. So let's see how fast they make their first change. Oh, looks like we got Imua on screen. Actually, apologies. See, that's how fast Dana was. They didn't even they
No,
did their change so quickly
They're doing it right now.
that we didn't even see it happen. But
There it
we're actually watching them change off screen.
Yeah, they did a great change.
Yep, Dana just made their first change, and I gotta say that looked pretty darn good. Yeah, so there goes Dana. They already made their change. You can't even tell.
That was impressive.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, same thing. They actually look like they're going faster now.
Yeah, they're picking up.
So they got a good combo in right now.
So this is Dana's other team. They're slightly behind the front pack. Oh yeah, hey, Mindy, it looks like a lot of good paddling, a lot of good changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, the first thing you think of with these water changes is safety, right?
Yeah, safety and trying to do it like a dance, a choreographed dance. Everybody doing the same thing at the same time, exiting together, getting in together, grabbing the crew together. So you're only missing a few strokes.
Yeah, and it's just really good to see that, we got paddlers in the canoes. They're already on their second change, or some of them are paddling for the first time. 9-man season. Looks like we got eyes on Marina Del Rey
This
currently.
is Hawkeye
Oh,
and the
my
Dark Blue
apologies,
boat. and
Hawkeye.
we got Heather Pickell steering that boat.
I'm on Marina back there.
You're on Marina back there?
Yeah,
Okay.
So we want to go to Hawkeye? Sorry. I'm like,
All right, so speaking of Kahakai, so yeah, there you go. You're looking at second place Kahakai. So that meant that Marina was probably running in fourth,
Yeah.
nipping right at Lanakila. So
Yeah.
Mindy, we got a pretty tight battle here for the podium.
Yeah. And one bad change can change it all.
Especially on a shorter race, right? This race is what is the distance? 18 to 20
Well,
miles?
the typical time is about 2:30 for the top cruise,
Yep.
2:20, and then for the slower cruise about 3 hours. But 16 to 18 miles, depending on where Billy places those buoys. All right, so we're looking at Imua right now, Imua Coed. And Dennis Campbell, you're going to see Imua pass Dennis Campbell in 1 second. You'll see.
Yeah, as Dennis NAC's team just made their first change.
So Dennis Campbell, I think, normally goes senior master. So I think as you age, it gets a little harder to get into these boats, but he's got a very experienced crew. So he'll be able to start pulling away from Imua's co-ed group here. Hey, Mindy, your gang club's behind you. Oh, really? Hi, fan club. Oh, this fan club.
yeah.
So we got the,
Solved.
you can't see it right now, but we have the boat that has our buoys on it right next to us.
Yeah, we're you got teams converging on other teams, and then we got motorboats converging on motorboats too.
Okay, now talk about that.
All right, so
Anyway, it looks like we got the classic canoe chaser. Yep.
Oh, never mind. The camera doesn't work.
All right, it's not working.
There's
Camera.
We broke the camera. We were trying to get eyes on
You got the true legends of score in there. You got Billy Whitford, Bud Hole, Greg
Fine, it's
Stoyan.
right here. We got it.
All right. There we are. Right there. Look that way. Little bit of a filler right here. Okay, this is us in the big boat. In the blue boat, you see Billy Whitford leaving right now. And he is
look,
the
he's and there he goes making another right-hand turn.
yeah, there he is. He's the boat that carries all the buoys typically. We'll shoot out ahead, check out the conditions, check out the time of the race.
I'm gonna call him Uncle Billy Starboard Whitford.
It's Scott. Let's slow down right here. Let's pack up. So we're gonna.
And this is
Man,
us.
Scott's got a good-looking cat. Check that thing out on screen.
All right, everybody wave in our boat.
Cat,
to the,
catamaran. Your
there-
boat.
there it is.
You're
Yep, we're on.
We got eyes on your vessel here.
So we're right here. I see.
We're posted up right next to Lanakila. However, is there any way to pick them up?
We got Cora Wolf in 1. I see Jill Schuler in 4. Amy Spector in 6.
Yep, Kelly in
Kelly's
seat 2.
Kelly's so tall, but she doesn't look that tall in a boat.
Long legs.
Yeah.
And then
Who's in 5?
who's seat 5 looks pretty tall as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll back.
They look good.
All right.
We're gonna roll back.
All right. So what's happening now is we've got 2 boats. We got a Marina Del Rey and a off
Oceanside looks like.
Outrigger, which is my club right here. This is a Masters team from Oceanside. You got Andrea. You got Andrea sitting 1, Diane sitting 2, Sean sitting 3, Erica 4. Erica's a big dragon boat. She just came back from, I don't know, where was the dragon boat racing?
Berlin.
Berlin.
Romania.
Yep. Kaz and C steering on
Germany.
that boat.
Paddling
And this is their first race paddling with Stingrays. So you were able to get a loaner set from Jimmy to try out, and I think they're doing really well with them. So I think he's going to have some sales there.
Yeah.
So Mindy, you mentioned that's your home club currently.
Yeah.
Oh, so you live out in Oceanside?
I do. Yeah, and I'm the women's coach for this club.
Very cool.
Yeah. Here comes another Dana boat.
What was your quick assessment right there as they flew by?
They look great.
Yeah.
I hope they're having fun. That's all I got to say.
Right on.
Because the more fun you have in a canoe, the better you go.
I agree again. So that looks like Dana's second team, yeah?
I'm
That-
saying
that
that
just
steersman looks like
by.
that looks like Shinlu in the back there, but I heard she was in Hawaii, so it might be her. It does. It does.
Yeah, it
look
does.
Like Shinlu.
It does look like
All right,
Shinlu.
here comes NAC. This is now see Kathy Weinberg and seat 4 and Natalie Rigolet from
it's a Coed team.
from the Academy of Bailey Whitford Steering. Here comes
The right-hand turn. Poke right. Poke right.
Here comes
You're right.
Lori Parker and her crew from Lanakila. And Lanakila comes from where?
Redondo Beach, California.
Beach. And along with who else is in Redondo Beach, California?
The Pink Club.
And passing on our other side.
I'm brain farting right now. Nohoa is
Nohoa. Hey,
shame on me. Apologies, Nohoa. I just brain farted.
For all those of you watching on our right-hand side of our boat, Hano just passed us. Yeah.
Hano is taking the spooky escort boat wake
we have
line.
a couple of teams. Here's Imua Coed. Here's a pretty big battle going on in front of us coming. Okay, so we're looking at another NAC canoe here with it looks like Di Casper in the King's Hawaiian Canoe Club.
I just got hungry.
Yep.
You beat me to it, Mindy.
This is a Santa Barbara.
Didn't eat breakfast yet this morning.
Yeah, Santa Barbara barring a Hokuloa boat in a Coed division. We have another Hokuloa team in a Hokuloa boat. It looks like they're Coed as well.
You can absolutely see the current in the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flooding.
Yeah, they are. They're fighting it.
Another Dana Point women's team right here, along with the second Marina Del Rey women's crew. So we're seeing a lot of these women's crew pass up 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 co-eds out here. And then on our right-hand side,
Try and come in so we don't flip
Yeah.
wash it around.
we just had another crew go by us on our right-hand side, which was, who was that? Did you see it? That was a Lanakila crew. That was a Lanakila crew in an NAC.
Wow.
All right, so we're on a drone. So we're switching monitors here. Bear with us.
So yeah, so we're back to that Hokuloa team that you were referring to earlier.
Yeah. Hokuloa from Ventura.
Correct.
They're a Coed crew. I think they went mostly Coeds. I think they have.
For 13 years, that's some pretty cold water. We used to do water change practices. We used to do it like towards the ballpark, in like towards the airport where the water is. It's not that the water temp is any warmer there. It's just you're in more of a wind pocket, so it's just easier. You know, it feels slightly warmer. You know, the further south you go, but yeah, that water's cold.
So there's a new rule this year, and the new rule is that ride changes off the
Interesting. Okay.
And so what this is at for is a lot of the older athletes who struggle getting in, they do both. When they use the tunnel, the sectional, they're a little easier to get into lower tunnels. They're not even going into the cockpit.
Open deck, yeah.
Where the new boats like the ERCs and
The Coed,
the Broadcast and
even the Kai's, yeah, the Montahina. Yeah.
Very hard.
Scott, slow down, we're landing the drone.
Yeah, and especially when a canoe is, these canoes are fast too, right? Like when that thing's coming at you at 8 miles an hour, it feels a lot faster when you're sitting in the water.
Yeah.
At sitting at 0 miles an hour.
Absolutely. So yeah.
Especially if you're sitting in seat 1.
So they changed the rule to let you do a ride change. All right, we're switching cameras here, and I think you're looking at Hano Hano. And this Hano Hano, okay, we're gonna go shake a little bit.
Yeah, sit down.
This looks like Suzanne Seraphin or maybe Becky Socks steering this boat. Maybe Becky Socks.
Is that Tony Seraphin's wife?
Yeah, but I don't think that's her. I think that's Becky, and I think what I heard this morning talking to them is she's got a lot of rookies with her. So these are all probably their new paddlers coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about Hano Hano real quick. So you were talking about depth, right? At Dana. You know, to me, Hano Hano is another team that has sizable depth, and it sounds like even on the women's side.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that's interesting about Hano Hano is you'll notice as we're going along, you see a lot of people changing 135, 124, 135. Well, they've been doing for years what they call the pod change. And so they have 3 sets of women, and each pod has a steersman, broker and broker. So they changed 6-1-3-5, 2-4-6-1-3-5,
Interesting.
2-4-6. So they're changing out their steersman every time.
Oh,
And
like for
everybody,
instance, the camera is not picking that up,
yeah,
but
yeah, but they just changed their
they
steersman.
just changed their steers.
Yeah.
That is so interesting to see. I've never seen that
Yeah,
before.
so they'll,
Early in the race.
and it's very easy, very simple to do. And yeah, that's how they do all their changes that way.
So what it sounds like you're saying is they have a lot of paddlers that are multifaceted,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
well-rounded.
Yeah. Very well-rounded.
That's
And they were
really cool.
very, very, years ago, they were very, very successful with that. Also, they were always coming in third, second place, especially in these long
Mhm.
races. So they've stuck with that, pod type of changes, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, can you imagine like a team like Dana who has a lot of
Yeah.
stud paddlers
yeah.
who if they even
So-
implemented those tactics,
So
geez.
let's talk about what we're looking at here. We're looking at a lot of red. And,
Yeah.
and it looks like a lot of Lanakila because Lanakila has 8 women's teams out here today. But in the middle of this red, you're looking at Kai Lua with Wendy DeWitt steering. And Wendy's been
out of San
around
Diego.
forever. Yeah, out of San Diego. Yeah.
I've been in this paddle for 30
Yeah,
years.
yeah. And she is looking to put together a 70s crew. So any women out there who is in the 70s, she's looking to go places and do things with a group of women for a 70s. So reach out to her. So yeah, we're going to see a lot. And then trailing right behind them, you see 3 in a row. Trailing right behind them, a gray boat with red is another Lanakila. So I think we have most of the Lanakila pack right here. It could be the juniors team. It could be the juniors team. Where we?
Yeah, so one of the 4 junior teams that are
Yep.
out in the field.
I know we have a Oceanside juniors. How many Lanakila juniors? At least one. Probably Dana Point would have the other one, and I don't know where the last one would be from.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Lanakila sending their junior team to Brazil? Are they sending to Brazil?
Yeah. There's a
Yeah, shout out to Amy Spector for
and
leading that charge.
and I think Bill Dial from Oceanside is also part of that whole group that bringing all the boys.
That's
and
right.
all
Yeah,
sorts of-
you got
because we have a few boys from Oceanside that are going to Brazil as well.
yeah, I'm
So I
looking
want
forward to seeing them in action in Brazil.
I kind of looked up past results for and in 2022,
Okay.
which we had the shortest race at 1 hour and 44 minutes was our shortest Dana Point race.
Okay.
And the reason is because those was the first year we started back from COVID. And there weren't very many teams and we didn't want to use a lot of escort boats. So we did an iron and we had 2 iron divisions. We had a short iron and a long iron.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was back in
It was a
2020.
small triangle and just a slightly bigger triangle.
Yeah. So that was back in 2002, 2022. 2010, this race was canceled by fog. So this is occasion. Last year we had Oceanside canceled by the fog, and that one was canceled by
and if
fog.
I'm not mistaken, so 2022 was the same year we had fog too, and the races got delayed a little bit later, and I think that's also why
They went iron.
they possibly went iron too.
Yeah.
I vividly remember that because my wedding, was right down the road here in Laguna Hills, and a lot of the guys from the men's team, they all came to the party late, and they're all
Right.
pretty bummed that they missed out on all that poke.
Yeah. So you're looking at Oceanside Canoe Club again. This is their second Masters team, and I see.
It's hard to miss with that green canoe.
Yeah. I'm trying to see who the. Looks like we have Noelani in 1. Denise in 2. Julie 3. Renee 4. and Jen A5 along with Jill steering on that boat.
So how many Oceanside women's teams are there in the field today?
We have 4, 2 open and 2 masters.
So you guys are running pretty
Right.
deep too.
Yeah.
And
So,
is that standard? Has it been that way the last few years?
I think last year we ran 2 or 3 boats.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
we're
you're
boats.
growing a little bit.
Yeah, we've been growing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So going back to the history of this thing.
Yep.
NAC won. That's the last time NAC won in 2009.
Is that the women's?
Yeah,
Okay.
2013 Lanakila won it. 2023 Kaha Kai won it, and all the rest of the years have been Dana Point.
Wow.
Right.
And as it looks right now,
Dana Point.
Dana is holding their lead without their, a lot of their heavy, hitters, their top paddlers on that team.
So Lanakila, we're looking at Lanakila in the NAC boat. Lanakila having 8 women's teams and probably a couple of juniors teams are barring boats today. So you see them in the green boat.
With great coats.
With red jerseys and
Red jerseys and green and yellow hats. Yeah. Looks like a Skittles team.
That, or I was thinking Shave Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see on
Like
the floor
Skittles too,
outside.
yeah.
So there is a little bit of a bump you can see because you'll see the tops of people and then you won't see the tops of people. So out on the outside, looks like we have an all gray boat, jerseys. So I'm calling
Santa Barbara.
Is that Santa Barbara or is that
Or it could be Kailua or
Kailua? Yeah, if they're in red jerseys, they're Kailua. They're in yellow jerseys, Santa Barbara.
Look, yellow and black. Jerseys.
yeah, it looks like
Yellow,
I
black.
see yellow hats,
Okay,
so that's
okay.
probably Santa Barbara.
And then following behind them in the green and black, you got Kanohano and a San Diego boat. One of these, there's 2 San Diego boats neck and neck. One of them has Chance Adair steering. Our race director. Yeah, she got called up at the last minute.
Good.
So she's in there today steering. I can't tell if Chance is steering the Chance boat.
Yeah, so to what you were saying earlier with the teams kind of disappearing and coming back in frame.
Right. You can
Yeah,
tell.
it looks like the conditions are starting to pick up slightly, right? As
little
we're
bit
getting
of
closer
swell.
to Laguna heading north.
Yeah, a little bit of swell out here, which is not. It's hard to see when you're looking at it
Yeah.
on a camera, like what's happening out there.
Well, even just with the naked eye, you can kind of see it, and and I'm also looking ahead. The camera's not picking it up, but teams are starting to make that first turn. They're heading out.
Right.
I'm looking at canoes and escort boats heading out to the horizon. So they are going to start taking those conditions from their starboard side,
Right.
and they're going to start licking their chops to surf all that swell coming back. And this is pretty much where we're posted. This is pretty much the back of the pack. I'm not seeing that much teams behind us.
Nope.
Maybe it's under 10 crews. So, and we're almost an hour in.
So we're 54 crews today. We're almost an hour in. I'm sure the crews have at least completed 3 changes to 4 changes by the time they get to the turn. And then you turn and then you end up in what we call as the doldrums.
The doldrums. Why?
Because you're spread, unless you're around somebody, but you tend to get a little more spread out, and it's really hard to keep the energy going in the boat. A lot of crews who do well are able to keep that energy going, and you'll see a lot more spread in
the field.
In the field. Same with changes. Changes make a big
huge impact, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of the spread of the field, more so than in an Ironman race.
And and that's where having like that mentality that you were referring to, you were talking about earlier, with your good teams, is if you have a good team that is positive, right, and you're focused on those details, right, and nailing those details. That's an obstacle in the race that you have to kind of push past, right? Is the doldrums that you're talking about. So,
I mean, if you were really smart, you would do one-man changes if you had a crew that knew how to get in the boat without stopping it, right? You had
Yeah.
one person quick in, quick in, quick in, quick in. You'd
Especially
never stop. But
a
with these,
shorter 9-man
and you
race
could take
too.
advantage of all these people who stop their boats.
So I have a question about that. If you were only have a 7-person crew and do changes with one person, does that still qualify as a qualified boat?
So we did that in Tahiti. We were in Tahiti, and we had to have 8 people. We had to have 8 to 12 people on the crew. We won a trip over there in 1990, I think 1995 or 1996, and we only had 7 of us. So what we took is we took Julie Wolf, and she would pop into one, pop out of one, pop into 2, pop out of 2, pop into 3, pop out of, and just
Yeah,
give
just
everybody a
trickle
rest.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't realize we were making her sprint and sprint and
Over and
sprint,
over,
so we didn't realize what we were doing there. But we had an extra girl on the escort boat, and we popped her in for one change and out. But
And,
yeah, I mean, it could be done. Yeah.
and so you guys don't get penalized for that,
Well, I think
for having one less paddler?
well, that race was 8 to
Yeah.
12. You could have 8 to 12.
Okay.
But I think the smart thing, if you're going to do that, you pop a person in for one change and out, and at least you're using everybody.
And I guess what's good about that too is especially if you're paddling at that level, you're giving paddlers an opportunity to really settle in. Sometimes when you do 9-man races, right, like you break your rhythm and your
Right? You have
momentum,
good
right?
combos and you have bad combos.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay, looks like we're
So
changing.
check
San
it out,
Diego
gang. We
in
got
the black.
right on the screen. We got the
The red
that
and
could be
green.
Chance's team, right?
I don't know. See these type of boats, they come to a dead stop
Yeah.
and then they will start up again.
And if my eyes are correct, that does look like the Chance Canoe. So that means that's what change number 2. There's not a lot of changes in this race. There's probably
I'd
3,
say
4.
3 to 4 going down and probably 4 going back. And you said the current, which way is the current running, right? You
Yeah,
said
they're
it's
going
running,
against it still.
so they're going against it right now. So
Yeah.
maybe more going down and less going back now.
Yeah. Well, what's great is I'm starting to feel the UV rays a little bit more. So perhaps that's a sign that the marine layer will be breaking soon.
Looks like we have another change.
The green cats, 3 o'clock on your bucket.
I think they just
Yeah, I think they just changed. Oh, yeah, Oceanside. They just changed Oceanside.
Mindy, I'm going to start lathering some sunscreen here because when
Sure.
I jumped on board,
You
Justin just gave me a microphone and we jumped in. Actually, does anyone want any sunscreen?
No, thank you.
Right.
I got that.
So we're looking the battle. Are we looking at this battle going on right there between Lanakila and Santa Barbara?
On it.
And it looks like Lanakila is doing a push right now.
Monacuna's going up for a change right there.
Right. Yeah. So typically, if you know you're coming out, you're really going as hard as you can, right?
Yep.
For about, you hear your coach say, okay, next change coming up, 135, we're going to be back at 5 minutes. So you're really trying to give it all for that 5 minutes to get a little more space between you and the boat next to you. So when you do end up doing a change and losing some time, you're not losing that much.
And that's why we like to say, to me, 9-man paddling, especially a race like today where it's on the shorter side
Right.
to 9-man standards,
Yeah.
it's a series of sprints.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. You're in and you're out.
I mean, yeah, the distance sounds long. Oh, yeah, it's anywhere from a 16 to 20-mile race. But if you kind of track just the distance that you're paddling,
Right.
it's more of just a series of sprints.
So right here you see Montequila is going to go for a change in the NAC boat. The outside boat, which we think is Santa Barbara, or who do we think it is?
I think you kind of thought it was Santa Barbara.
Yeah, because they have the yellow
There's a
hats up.
yellow Manu to it.
So they're picking up really hard right now because they know Montequila's going in for a change.
Right, yeah.
Montequila has swimmers in the water, and
And-
we're gonna see it right here.
And you know, we're in the second act, if you will, of today's race. So this is where things get interesting. You know, crews start making moves. You know, mistakes start to somewhat unfold. So the crew that makes the least amount of mistakes tends to, you know, tends to have success. So,
See, it's like 1,
but these crews are
3,
so
and
close
5.
together.
1, 3, 5.
5 change.
1, 3, 5 change.
1 3, and where's 5? Come on, 5. There you go.
So a lot of times, when you're racing another team next to each other, a lot of coaches like to mirror each other on changes. You know, like one starts to see someone go for a change and they'll go for a change at the same
Tactics,
time.
yeah.
Or they'll like want to wait for the change, let that boat slow down, keep that other crew in, see how they fare against the new crew coming in from that other team.
Yep.
And then at that point decide whether they want to make a
When I
change
was
or not.
coaching Newport Outrigger, I would hold because Mike Offner at Santa Barbara, Canoe,
Yeah.
we would compete all the time with each other. So I would hold a crew for an hour just to like upset him because he always wanted to change on top of us. And I would hold a crew for an hour, and he'd throw up his arms in his boat because he wanted the time to change at the same time. That was fun times. Those fun times.
Well, that's when coaches have to really know their paddlers.
Yeah.
Like who can stay in
Can
longer,
handle, yeah.
who can handle it. You know, if you
Yeah,
have to turn around and say, "Hey,
I
I'm
think
gonna."
my guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Mindy, in your day, have you won and lost races just from a simple change? If you can recall,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, you never lost. Our producer just said she never lost. She sounds like the Ball brothers' dad. I went 1-on-1 with Michael Jordan, never lost.
There were times where things would always happen. You know, like people miss changes and we pull them back into the boat. Last change of Catalina, we had 2 people coming in and 3 people exiting at the last change. So we had to pull Sheila Conover back up, and I moved up a seat. She steered us in. We
Wow,
did Molokai once, one man all the way across. Molokai, one person.
One
changes.
person changes.
So we didn't
Okay.
slow the boat down at all.
So you have implemented that smart tactic of
Only
just
one
doing
year.
one person changes.
Only one
Okay.
year we did it.
Wow. And
Yeah.
was that because you were a paddler short, or?
That would be a Billy question. I think he didn't want the boat to slow down
Yeah.
at all. You know. We definitely worked a lot on changes. We, pay attention to the details. We would tow a canoe behind an escort boat and jump out of 1 and into 5, and then
Oh,
we
yeah,
take
yeah.
2 canoes next to each other and race each other
Okay.
until everybody was super proficient of getting in with the boat going at high speed. So you take your the throttle on the escort boat, start slow and slowly speed it up so they get a chance and a feel of what it's like when a boat's coming down a wave with speed and you got to grab onto it and get yourself in.
So I just got word that we should be coming up on the Dorito. They're making left-hand turns on a Dorito, correct?
Correct.
And so we're roughly
as far as I know.
we're roughly 2 minutes away from that. So we might be seeing that action here take place any minute now. And what are we thinking, Brad? Are we going to just cut corners and head out?
We're gonna make our way across, and then we'll catch the lead boats coming back, and we'll run with some of the lead boats coming back so we can see their action too.
See them finishing. Okay.
So I just want to notice and a shout out to you guys for doing this, because you guys are catching all the boats in the middle and the back of the pack, where a lot of people watching want to see their teams or their family or their friends paddle.
Yeah, that's someone's mother out there.
And typically we don't get to see this all the time. So
Yeah,
shout out
yeah,
to the guys
Oh, we
who are
learned
showing
from
it.
you.
Yeah.
You
Well,
do a really good job at that. So
and,
Yeah.
and you know what, Mindy, we're stoked to be out here with you, and giving
Yeah,
us
thank
all
you
the
very much.
insight and history of wahine paddling here in Southern California. It's a great day, and it's only going to get nicer. The marine layer is about to break.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I've noticed in paddling is there's just as many women, if not more women,
Yeah.
that paddle.
Oh yeah.
And the amount of screen time and TV that the women get is minuscule to what the men get. So that's why I really want to promote the women and show that all these other places like Australia and Tahiti only show like a minute of the
Yeah.
women's race and all that. That there's a lot out here, and a lot of people are interested in seeing it.
So on that note, how do you feel about doing Catalina with us?
I'd love to.
All right.
But only the women.
Okay.
But I could do this.
Mindy, take your microphone. You can sit up first, but a little bit more. Up here. After that, a little higher up, that you go for.
Okay.
So that leads me to another question, Minnie. What are your thoughts and I guess feelings on the future of canoe paddling here in Southern California?
Okay, so right now, let's just check in real quick. We're looking at Dana Point, an all Dana Point women in the green and white boat. And then on the far side of them, another Lanakila boat.
Oh, wow.
One of 8. Oh, look. The moon just set. If you're watching that,
Yeah.
make sure if you're watching that, make sure you plug the time
I mean,
in.
yeah,
And
you
somebody on
you-
Facebook put
you did.
the time down so we can all go back and look at that. That was our safety boat.
Man,
with
here we are
female-
trying to get sentimental, about paddling here in Southern California and sharing to the world. And there's
Leave it up to Bruce Schwartz.
and there was a super moon last night, if I'm not mistaken, and there was definitely a super moon that just went by a few moments ago.
So back to paddling. You're looking at Lanakila, one of 8 boats of Lanakila out here. I want to talk about Lanakila really quick
Okay.
because their program this year has that Jill Schuler, their women's coach, has to break it into. She does work at 3:30 to 5:30 and 5:30 to sunset, right?
Yeah.
And she's taking a lot of veteran paddlers to help her with that. So they're really gonna be super strong. In my opinion, they're gonna be super strong in the years to come.
Yeah.
Really putting in the time and effort to accommodate all these women who are coming out paddling with them.
And I guess you're pretty much answering my question from earlier. So it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, you describing your team at Oceanside, what we're seeing with Dana this year, what's going on at Lanakila right now. Would you say that the future is pretty bright for paddling?
Well, along with the canoes that we're paddling now, these canoes that we have right now are, anywhere from 150 to 250 pounds. They make it easier to get in and out of canoes. Well, not easier to crawl in and out, but easier to get
Just to
boats down
carry
to the water,
Yeah,
to carry them, to come to races, to lift them off. The accessibility of it
I agree.
is great for elder and young. Young kids can hop in the boats and make a move. Older people can hop in the boat, make a move, and everybody's having fun. When you're in a spec boat, the fast crews know how to surf them and have fun surfing. But as the crews become a little slower, it's harder for those boats to get up on a wave or up on a swell. So it kind of levels the playing field with these type of boats. So
Right.
all right. So right now we're looking at another Lanakila
Yeah, we're
boat.
still with Lanakila.
Sorry.
Okay.
One of the 8 Lanakila
Lanakila
teams.
Dana Point. We have Hano Hano in the blue boat. So this is Oceanside and a Santa Barbara we're looking at. Now Oceanside, this is an open crew. And in C5 is a girl named Melissa who's 14 years old. Who's paddling. She's one of our juniors that moved up in the open program. She's on a B1. she's up with the top group in the V1 when she paddles out there. And a lot of these other girls have come off a novice program in her boat. So I'm gonna try and see who's in there.
And so is this Melissa's first 9-man race?
No, she's done many 9-man races.
Awesome.
So in C1 we have Summer Stevens, just come back from from Berlin.
Yep.
She's a dragon boat paddler. In C2, a girl named Laura. She just won the V1 at one of the races.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So she just won the V1. The two sisters, Bree is steering, and her other sister is in C3. Maddie is 18 in C4, and Melissa 5 in that boat. This is Hano Hano in the green boat coming in right behind them. I'm trying to see who's in that boat. Let's see. Can we see the number? Can you see the number of that boat in the Hano Hano boat? 99. That's a senior masters team.
699.
So 699 is the senior masters team from Hano Hano. So I think the senior masters is only 4 of them competing today, which is 50 and over. Golden masters now 60. We're not going to see a lot of them. I want to put it out there. If you're 60 and you're not racing, maybe we can get a whole bunch of 60s from different clubs and put a canoe together for Catalina. And
at Oceanside.
Well, yeah,
For
at
your Oceanside
sure,
team.
anybody, any
Yeah.
group. Let's get all the 60s that are out there. Because I have a few 60s that want to race. I know there's other clubs that have 60s that want to race. This is a new category for us. We're looking at 2 Lanakila boats and a Dana Point Junior. It looks like a mixed juniors.
Yep.
Mixed juniors here or junior boys?
Yeah, junior
Mixed
junior
juniors.
boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
junior
mixed juniors.
co-ed looks like.
Yeah, junior co-ed.
Yeah, mixed.
You cross the patch right here. Yep.
You gotta imagine, this is probably their first. Some of these kids probably their first 9-man
Correct.
race,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then there's going to be another junior men's for the men's race, and they'll have that team Brazil. So this is you should be looking back now at the field coming at us. And I still see a lot of canoes out there. I see a lot of 1, 2, I can't even count. There's probably still about 15 to 20 canoes and teams back behind us. Sun's coming out, so it'll start looking really nice in a second on camera.
Yeah, this feels great.
Or
The camera's not picking up, but we got beautiful Laguna Beach behind us.
where are we live on? Which
Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook and
Score
Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna go on Score Facebook and let's see if we can't look at some of the.
Also on the YouTube platform. If you're watching us for the first time, please give us a like and subscribe for more. We're excited about this year's 9-man season and looking to definitely put on Catalina this year. And
we're gonna idle right here, let the rest of the pack come by. Then we're gonna jump. We're gonna jump across and pick up the top boats. Are gonna be making their second turn here in about 5 minutes. It looks like, and we'll catch them coming downhill.
We'll intercept them on the way back, going down slow.
I'm pulling out my phone right now, and we're gonna go and look at some. So Jimmy Terrell is watching with
GT.
Jimmy T.
Shout out
the Stingray Blaze.
QB.
Thanks, Jimmy, for letting
Train hard, go fast, have fun.
Train hard, go fast.
I'm looking at a Quick Play T-shirt right now. I'm reading it. It says, "Train hard, go fast, have fun." Sounds about right.
All right, so we are on Facebook right now. So if you want to send us a couple of questions, we've got 499 Gray and Yellow, Hana with Santa Barbara. Yep. So are you racing, Joe?
Racing with you today, Mindy.
Here, this is it? No, you're racing this afternoon, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You're
actually.
not. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Danny might try to pull a fast one. He might,
I guess
pull a ninja move.
inquiring minds would want to know.
I'm hanging out with you guys on board today. Even for the men's race.
He's gonna exit after the women's. I think.
Okay.
Down with the men.
Yeah, I have to go to work.
Yeah. We stay tuned, folks. We're gonna call the men's race after this too. So.
And Jasilla, 699 with Hano Hano, Malama Kai, Senior Masters crew, go, go, go. She used to be a Hano paddler. I remember her for you. Yeah, yeah.
Right on. Thanks for all the
Yeah. Why not?
feedback
Why,
and,
there it is.
insight,
Why
everybody.
not, Joe?
Claudio's calling you out, Joe.
All right, look, we have some great. So what do we say? 399. 399 is I don't know. It's a Hano boat.
You know, Claudio, if you're racing today, I think the reason is because I wanted to capture your handsome face and show have the world to see that.
So we just saw Hano Kailua. I want to talk about their fashion statement, Kailua. Here's San Diego Canoe Club. Looks like Shannon steering. So they're and we have a couple of San Diego's right there, and we have a Kaha Kai boat going by. So San Diego's head women's coach, Kim Pennington, just moved up to Washington. So Shannon, this steersman in the back, will now be kind of taking her place and putting a whole team together to
Oh,
help
wow.
coach San
Okay.
Diego. So we should be seeing some good stuff from them. I know it's hard to lose a coach.
There's opportunities here too, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like Newport's doing better without me.
You know, it's really nice to see the the hills of Laguna Beach behind us, and it's so
right,
green.
yeah. Here's a Dana Point boat. So this boat really kind of throws everybody off because it's the colors of a mua, but it's a Dana Point boat.
Number 2.
Number 2.
And is that an old Imoa canoe, or is
No,
that
no, no,
just
no. I think they just picked it up because
just an
it was
extra
an
one?
extra canoe that was
Yeah.
available that had those colors on it.
Okay.
So, for people calling out boats and things like that, those are the hardest things.
Yeah,
Tribulations.
especially here in Southern California.
All right, here we have.
This looks like a junior team from Oceanside
Yes,
coming up.
this is a junior
on
team
us.
from Oceanside. We have Monica and Mary, their coaches.
They
I
look
see- I
very
see-
junior too.
Yeah, I see Elise in seat 2. I'm not sure who else. I know Nadia is in that crew.
Oh, get 'em, guys. Good job.
That is
Yeah,
awesome to
yeah.
see.
Another Kaha Kai team. So, the races right now are pretty central. You have Dana Point, and so you have a lot of teams that come out especially in the LA Basin area. Dana Point's not so far from that. So you got a lot of participation from Kaha Kai. Here's another Dana Point team. Dana Point's going to be super strong in these races because it's their race. They always kind of come out to those. And this looks like another Hano. So Hano 599. This is Becky Sock steering, and she has all the rookies. So all her rookies that came from novice are in this boat
And do you
doing
think,
their first race.
do you think they'll try to implement those same tactics of their pod changes that you were talking about
I
earlier?
don't know in this boat. I don't know. I don't know if they're there yet. They may be.
Sounds like a good opportunity to teach it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have I guess that means you have 2 or 3 steersmen.
All right, here we have another
This looks like Kailua.
Kailua. So last year they showed up Kailua in all jeans, and we have Karina.
Or Lokahi.
Look, we have
Lokahi.
Karina.
My apologies.
Oh, Lokahi. So we have Karina and Yumi steering, and Karina in 5.
Lokahi combined with Nahoa.
With Nahoa,
I'm
yeah.
getting word from our producer. Thanks, Jane.
Oh, good, thanks.
And sorry, Aunties, I forgot that Nahoa is right in Redondo. The name was
Yeah,
escaping
you're
me.
gonna get it, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it good.
Yeah.
Here's another Oceanside group. This is an Oceanside Masters. And looks like we have Deanna in 2, Ayla in 1, Anna in 3, Alex in 4, and I can't tell who's in 5. And Johan steering. And Kaha Kai. So
Go ahead, what were you saying?
So Kailua showed up last year in jeans, all of them. They showed up in jeans to the first race, right? and everybody's looking at them like, you guys are racing in jeans? But what they all did is they got jeggings. So jean leggings.
Jean leggings.
Yeah, yeah. And so, it's so classic because everybody will know when you get out of practice and you're in your, floral, because all paddlers like floral.
Lycra and
Lycra,
spandex.
and you decide you want to go to the market or go pick something up on your way home, and you walk in, you're wet, sopping wet, and you have, all this like paddling stuff on, and everybody's kind of looking at you. Well, brilliant. They can go, and now they have their outfit on, their jeans on. They just put a little sweatshirt over, and they look normal. Okay.
So what are you saying? So was that Kahakai you said?
That was Kailua.
So Kailua. So what you're saying is
Yep.
before Sydney Sweeney made a jean statement,
Right.
Kailua beat her to it.
Yeah. So you just saw Marina Del Rey going by,
Yeah, they're on right now.
and they look very very fluid, very nice, low stroke rate. When you're starting out, most people start with a very low stroke rate just to get all the timing together, to get everything together.
Get warmed up.
They're warmed up. Yep. Yep.
One of our last cruises, I think.
All right. It's a white with red ama. So I'm saying second last. I'm saying it's a Lanakila boat.
And you're right.
Lanakila. Let's see if we can't point out anybody here. Is it 414?
410.
Oh, 410. Okay.
So last canoe in the field, but
Nope. Nope. Second last.
Oh,
second
second
last.
to last.
Lanakila.
and again, looks like another junior team.
No.
No?
So probably
There's
a
also
little
junior
mix.
paddlers on there.
Is that a?
Go get them, girls.
Yeah. Anybody know who that is that is watching? Yep. So that was 599 with Becky Sox and first timer 9 manners.
I gotta say, two of the best names I've heard today are Danny Bell and Becky Sox.
Yep.
Good ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Great
Forget 'em,
names.
can you?
Yeah.
Like storybook names right there. It's like I feel like that's the kind of character names you read about, when you're in like 4th grade or something.
All
like
right,
that.
we're slowly turning and wow. So looks like they just made a change. It's a red and white boat with dark jerseys. So let's see if we can't figure out who this is. And so this is our last boat in the field right here. We don't have the boat numbers. Not that sophisticated today.
Eric on it's 93.
93.
Canoe number 93.
Canoe. Anybody out there know which canoe number 93 is?
Look like junior boys though.
410 novice Lanakila crew. Okay.
This looks like some young guys right here.
So the last novice crew we saw was a novice crew from. Okay, these look like maybe a junior crew with black jerseys. Okay, that's so black jerseys. I think Palikai.
Maybe.
Last canoe.
No.
Last canoe. Let's look at their back of the jerseys. Tall tale sign. Might it even be a Kahi Ilua? Who is this? No.
Yeah, she
Anybody see
beats
that?
me. Any of our viewers?
93. It's a Kailua boat, all black jersey. They look juniors, so it's got to be. So it's got to be the 4th place juniors because we saw
San Pedro.
San Pedro Outrigger. San Pedro Outrigger.
Yeah.
San Pedro
San
Outrigger.
Pedro came into Scora 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years
Oh,
ago.
shout out San Pedro.
Yeah,
I-
yeah,
I
yeah.
reckon-
There's a lot.
Just said that.
There's
Yeah,
a lot that.
we'll
So I'm
We're
gonna.
gonna motocross.
So we're gonna motocross. I'm just gonna tell you. They did put a buoy down at Main Beach, which took us into the point, and it looks like they're going out. So the mileage might not be as long, and the timing of the race might be not as long as he wants. So what Billy will do is pull him out farther,
Okay.
right? And try and let him come down with us well. So instead of a typical quarter mile turn, mile turn, it looks like he's taking him out maybe almost about 2 miles out. So now we're offshore about 2 miles versus running along the shore.
So
So
again,
it's going to take us a while to get out there. There's a lot of motor noise, so we apologize for all that.
well, that's the beauty of these mics. With the
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as loud for our listeners or
Yeah,
our
yeah.
viewers, but but you know, talking
So-
to each other, so definitely on the louder
So
side.
we're on a beautiful boat named the Emmy with our captain, Scott Lincoln.
That's right.
Yep, Scott
So-
Lincoln, an old friend of paddling for years and years and years.
Yep. Scott is we had the opportunity to call Catalina on the same boat last year,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
With skipper with Scott.
I'm just saying, 5 hours racing, this boat has a bathroom.
Yeah. I hear you.
That is key. So we're going to banter along a little here and just give you
And-
random stuff. So when we first started doing before the Dana Point race,
Yep.
the race would go from Newport to Dana Point.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely done that run going downwind. It is a lot of fun. And so it was. And was that an iron race or was it a 9-man?
It was the I want a 9-man race because I
Okay.
remember. I'm just trying to remember back that far. I remember they would switch out at Bayside Drive,
Yep.
and I want to say the women paddled up and the men paddled back. They would always give the better run to the men.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know? So we start at Lanaquila Beach, we paddle all the way up, we switch
And did they
down.
make that switch just out of just because the numbers, the field got larger, or
I don't know. I know Rich Long is watching right now, and I know he knows how many years this race been going on, the Dana Point race. If he can chime in.
And on that note, I have a question. So, do you know who Whitey is? It Whitey Harrelson?
Yeah, Whitey Harrison. He was
Harrison.
very instrumental
Uh-huh.
in our Canoe. You know, he used to be the Jimmy Terrell of Canoe out there, where he made the first foam for
Okay.
boat. I know he's been a big part of canoe surfing at Dana Point. Him and his wife Cecilia. I even did a sail boat canoe paddle from here to Ensenada, but we ended up breaking sail and ended up in Dana Point with one and son. But yeah, big waterman family,
Yeah.
and big part of POA at that time, California Outrigger Association with a K. You know, innovator.
Wow. Very cool. That's a big statement if you're comparing someone to Jimmy Terrell.
Well, you know, he's like the mastermind of us.
Yeah.
right now.
Always tinkering. Yeah.
Lawrence Harrison in his day, he's passed away now, but in his day was like a Greek George Greenow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
really experimented with all kinds
Innovator. Yeah.
of and types of both composites and stuff like that.
And so when was the first year that it was coined the Whitey Harrison race? Do you-
I don't know that we're waiting for Rich Long to get back at us because I see he's been on.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, just looking, the camera's not really picking it up, but the, I think these ladies are gonna have some good fun coming back, especially with the current, right? They were fighting current for the first third, and looks like a pretty decent swell coming back. And I just imagine later on in the day, the men's race is just going to be even more fun, especially once the marine layer fully breaks. But I don't know, we kind of have heat wave conditions, so it
Yeah.
could just be a slugfest. It could just
You
be
know,
a
as soon
warm
as
day.
as soon as the clouds blow out, it'll start getting windy typically.
Yeah, we'll see. I didn't really see that much wind on the forecast.
Rich, if you're watching, it looks like you're watching again. Can you give us when the Whitey Harrison race started? Do you know that information? And then we're looking over about straight across from us, about a mile and a half out. It looks like a green and white boat. So we don't know if it's the women up there or
NAC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get that to you in a couple of minutes as we drive across the field. You're looking right now at Laguna Beach. Ah, we're here. Gus.
Top of the
All
camera.
right. So we're watching that way.
I know. Well, we're gonna cross them in a minute.
Yeah. So this is the setup right here. Maybe you can even show our director, Jane Creighton. She's got a nice little plumeria in her ear and saying, "No, I'm a behind the camera."
So,
guy."
Mindy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So we were, here we are, paying homage to, the ladies out here, and there's a lot of junior teams, and it's so awesome to see. I got a 9-month-old at home. Actually, no, she's not at home. She's actually hanging out with Justin's wife, Julie. And if you could offer any advice for her, for I would love to introduce canoe paddling to her someday. What advice would you offer or to my daughter Maggie, or any young paddler out there who might be interested in canoe paddling someday? Any advice?
I find the best paddlers that come in really young or have parents that paddle and bring them to all the races and put them in the boats, for workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You look at people like Danny Ching, came from Al Ching. Al used to bring him to all the races. He and Josh, they used to bring him to all the races, and they'd be little kids running around. Same with Julie Wolf, with Cora Wolf and Rel Wolf. These are all little kids that were running around at all the races. So if you're a parent with kids, come to all the races, bring them to all the races. They'll find a nice group of kids because there's a lot of kids that paddle, and I feel like you find your people here.
Yeah.
Right?
Let them climb in the canoes.
Yeah.
Let them climb in the canoes. Let them float around. Let them play. Because if it's still fun, they'll want to do it.
Yeah. That's from Jane there, who has a couple of kids that paddle. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
absolutely
the
agree.
fun factor has
Yeah.
to definitely be there.
I mean, and that's kind of how I was introduced to paddling too. So it's amazing to hear just from your perspective that that's how it carries, right? You just carry it forward to the
Right.
next
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
We all love it, and it's
And
just so nice to see.
And the nice thing is these boats are so light now that you can put a 9-year-old and even younger. I mean, you see Danny's kids. They're like, I don't know how old are
Yeah.
Danny's kids now. Jane, how old are Danny's
Danny
kids?
told me the other day, 9, Kaimana's 8 or 9, huh?
Yeah, they're 6 years old,
And
they've been in the
Kalima's
boat for
6.
these boats, because they're so light and easy to paddle and move. That at that age you can start them even younger nowadays. I know,
They got all that.
and
Right, yeah,
and we have, and in all the Ironman races now we have all those keiki races. So at any age, bring them down and have fun.
Yeah,
They get to.
Jane just said a good nugget. Once you can reach over the gunnels, you can pretty much paddle. And
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. So what I see is the Kaha Kai Coed team with Heather Piquel steering is our first boat, and they have a can I say ginormous lead?
They
over
have a
all the other
ginormous lead.
fields.
And you know what makes this lead even more ginormous is this is the first time I've ever seen green yackles
Right,
on a
nice. I like
six-man.
them.
Like,
I like them.
wow.
But
You
I
know,
want you guys to notice they have a really slow rate. So they've got a lot of they're generating a lot of power to be able to be this far ahead of everybody else, right?
Yeah, and it looks like they're using
Stingray.
Jimmy's
Stingrays.
stingray
It
paddle.
looks like they might
Quick
have
weight
switched
stingray
steersmen.
paddle.
Let's see who's in this boat here. We can see.
Was this the team that we were talking about that had Joe Bober and
Yeah, yeah. Debbie Bober, Joe Bober, Heather Piquel. I see.
and it
I
looks like
see Joe
Joe
in
in
4.
four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Debbie in 2.
Do you guys know who their steersman is?
I don't know. I know Heather was steering for a while.
Oh, that's his wife in there too, and two.
Yeah, Debbie.
Yep, Debbie.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Should we tell them in they'll watch
Right.
this?
Two bombers is cheating.
you got a little smile from Joe there. So, and behind them, I want to say it's an NAC Coed, NAC Coed.
Yeah,
So-
huge lead.
So,
Vicious.
there you do see a slight little bump on the water, a little push. So they are able. It looks like they're moving pretty fast. They're
And
moving
mostly
faster.
current, yeah. They definitely look opposite to what we saw an hour ago.
Yeah, they're moving faster than what we saw earlier. Yeah, exactly. And this is Dana Point women. So Dana Point women have climbed all the way up to second place.
So I got to ask you if what do you think if Dana had their top crew, could you see them ahead of Kahakai right now?
I'd say they'd be giving them a run through the money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He still got
and
time.
that's typically what they do,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
their women's team.
It's nice when you have somebody to chase and you know it's not in your division.
So
You know-
you were talking about how slow the stroke rate
So
and
looks like-
efficient. Dana looks even
yeah,
slower
They
to
do.
me.
So I'm seeing Candace Appleby in C4. I can't really tell everybody else. Oh, okay. So it sounds like we're going to run with them. So everybody get out your
Popcorn.
popcorn. I was going to say notebooks to take notes, right? I'm not sure who's stroking. I see. It looks like Heidi Alonso in 3, and Candace Appleby in 4.
Is that Soren in 1?
It might be Soren in 1. See? So Heidi's been on their top team quite a bit. She's been on a lot of their traveling teams, so she's always been part of their top crew. You know, when we have a lot of divisions, they want to set up to win all their divisions, so they'll take a lot of their top paddlers and put them in like masters and senior masters. So all of them paddling with the Stingray blades here. I gotta say, Joe, the nice thing about Stingray blades, this is what I think. The nice thing is everybody buries their blade. You cannot not bury your blade with that.
With the Stingray paddle.
And you know, that's a challenge for a lot of people is getting their blades buried.
You know, one thing I'm noticing, and also what I'm hearing from that paddle from paddlers is it gives you that opportunity to be a little more patient, and that's kind of what I'm seeing
right.
from our ladies here. You know, one thing I'm also noticing just looking at Dana,
They're so
Dana's-
elongated.
they're elongated, but check out their posture. You notice how they're just all so forward. And
Yeah,
you see how
forward.
they hold that forward
Yeah.
lean.
Yeah. Nice long extension. Getting the paddle in front of them in the water, getting it completely buried,
Yeah.
which is easy to do. Setting the blade down there and then, you know, pulling themselves right past that blade together, all as one.
Yeah, so they definitely disagreed with what we were saying when the race started about the door being open for
Yeah.
the other women's
I,
teams.
I, you hope for all these other women's teams because they truly have dominated for years. Like I said, throughout these are the only other winners of this race. You know, NAC in 2009, offshore we used to win it back in the 90s and 80s. Lana Keela and Kaha Kai. You know, there haven't been that many people who've won this race.
What do you attribute that to? Culture, training, all of it?
You know, there's something about once you win a race, you know what it takes to win the race, right? And so you have that feeling and you want that feeling all the time. You know, but then you have to put all the components together to do it. So they've been lucky to do that. You know, we've seen Kaha Kai put all the components together to win races. We've seen Lana Keela. You know, like I said, Lana Keela taking on all these women. I see in the future that they're going to be a very strong force. You know, they're going to find some of these women that are committed to the process. You know, as you get older, it's hard. You know, for women, and I don't know if a lot of people realize that for women when you're young, you know, there's so much going on. You're going to college, which guys do, but then you're starting a family, and that it takes you out of the I want to commit to this sport. And as you get older, you back committed again to it. So, you know, there's a lot of a fluctuation of women in and out of the sport a lot. So the more women you have, like Lana Keela, they're going to start growing. And Dana Point, they have, I don't know how many, do you know, Jane, how many women they have in their program? Here, Dana Point, how many women do they have in their program? Anybody out there watching, how many women does Dana Point have in their program right now?
So what, besides Catalina, right, for Dana, you know, how many times did they win Catalina in a row now?
Oh,
Geez, that's a fun fact, if anyone knows. Holy.
well, somebody won it a couple years ago. Tahiti came over and won it.
Oh, okay.
A couple, I think
I can't
quite a few
recall.
years ago.
Yeah.
We'd have to look. We'd have to pull that up. That's a hard one to find.
But now that, you know, you got the Nawahine race
Yeah.
back, do you
And
know
that's been dominated by Team
Team
Bradley.
Bradley? Yeah. Do you know if Dana Point will give them a run for their money this year?
I did the Molokai race with Dana Point, steering them in 2014. And we came in, I think, 9th place. Oh, I think in seat, that might look like Josie in seat 5, maybe.
But yeah, any insight on do you know if Dana is going to pursue the Nawahine race this year?
I don't know.
The Nawahine Okekai.
I think they ought to because it takes time to win it. It's really hard to go over and just win that race.
Yeah.
You've got to, you know, I mean, it can be done. It can be done, but I think they just
you've
need
done
to
it.
start. Yeah, but it took us 7 years to win it.
So who was the team back then that you guys were mainly competing with?
Outrigger Canoe Club, it started off, was our main competition. Kailua Canoe Club,
Okay.
Huinalu. And it wasn't until Waialua Canoe Club, that was before Team Bradley started, Waialua Canoe Club.
Oh, is it Wailea?
Wailea.
Out of Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not out of Maui, out of Hawaii.
Oh, there was a Wailua Canoe Club. Okay.
I think it was called Waialua Canoe
wow.
Kayak
Okay,
Club
okay.
back in the day. But okay, so we're going to be able to
we're gonna
see one
capture
of their
their
changes.
change here. Yeah, I wonder if they're paddling out of the Wailua River, that
I think
Hawaii
so.
team.
I think so.
What's your thoughts on, you know, we were touching on unlimited canoe design earlier, and here in Southern California, we're all indies pretty much 100% of the time.
Right.
Do you think because in Hawaii they're still racing in the traditional spec
Yeah.
canoes, does
Yeah.
that play a major role in performance for, like a Dana going to Hawaii
Well,
and
I think racing in these canoes, there's a definite disadvantage going over there and hopping into a traditional canoe, a
Yeah.
spec boat, a Bradley, right?
yeah, it's different, just different mass, like how you're moving and the conditions.
And not a, the thing about California is everybody, and I don't like the term, everybody calls it a heavy boat now.
Yeah.
It's not heavy for its division. It's right on the weight for its division. And you just got to remember that's a division now.
Yeah.
And that's a division, like Coed's a division.
Yeah.
And, the only thing about, okay, we're going to watch
Watch
change
this
here really
change.
quick. It looks like a 1-2-4, 1-2-4. And they're out together. They're up. A little bit of leg action. Little bit of leg action there.
I mean, they're
But,
so far in the
yeah,
lead that they could have made a sandwich and ate it and then did the change and
Yeah,
they still would
Okay, so I'm going to say
be ahead.
that's Josie who just got into one. Josie Griffin, I think.
You see how well they come right back up to speed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's to me that's another big difference as to why they're so good
Right.
is how fast they can get up
That
to
speed.
optimal speed.
And that's why you're looking at I can't even see the other boats right now. When you
That's what I
throw
mean,
changes,
Mindy. They could have made a sandwich.
when you throw changes into the mix,
Yeah.
that's when you see the big gaps all of a sudden
Yeah,
create.
people
That's why
separate up.
paying attention to the details, really working on changes is crucial in these type of races.
Yeah.
If you don't put the time in, yeah.
Sorry, you guys keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some time before
So the nice thing is that Dana
second place
Point
comes.
has something to chase. Otherwise they'd be out
Coed team,
here.
yeah.
And this was what I mean, the doldrums. You get out here and it's it's quiet. When you're in a canoe, it's quiet. The escort boat takes off and you're by yourself. Their escort boat is back here now. They're by themselves. Quiet, no one around them. They have to keep themselves motivated to keep the pressure on.
Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to race with Danny for the Wild Buffalo race. And, thanks to him, we were that far in the lead.
Right.
And, we were kind of in those doldrums that you speak of. But you know what his solution for that was, besides the details that you're talking about, was playing really loud music from the motorboat.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the best thing in
His
the world.
playlist was
Okay.
very interesting to say the least.
Okay, we're just getting a view of the next two boats, and it looks like we have a race going on. We have a race between Lanakila and Kahakai. And I would say
There you
they're
go.
within boat length between each other. Kahakai more to the east and Lanakila more to the west. So
Would you say
maybe
has the advantage?
depends on oh well, you definitely got to make a left-hand turn into the beach for the
Okay.
finish. So if they stay this way,
Looks like Lanakila is probably
about a boat
we
length
don't have
ahead.
the
Perspective.
best, yeah. But I if I had to guess, Lanakila probably has a boat and a canoe and a half
Right.
lead,
But when you throw
maybe even
changes
two.
in 9-man,
Oh yeah,
things. I mean, in
absolutely.
6-man, things don't move this quickly.
Yep.
But in 9-man, you
Can.
throw one change in there, and the whole entire
Yeah.
script is flipped.
Throw a wrench in it.
Yeah, I throw a wrench in it. That's for sure.
Put in your closing team.
Hey, but you know what? All I know is they got Josh Creighton as their
Their boat
escort
coach?
boat captain, and that's a pretty good advantage.
Yeah.
I'm super biased, of course, when I say that,
Right.
but and so is our producer. But yeah, it's great to see a little battle here.
I think do I see Michaela in 3? Michaela in 3. Amy's still steering. Looks like Cora might, Kelly in 4.
That's definitely Michaela in 3.
Definitely Michaela in 3. I don't know who's stroking.
3, 4, they're on right now. Look at them.
Yeah, yeah,
The yellow hats definitely help,
yeah.
but they look great. Here comes a swell. Some help. That's Kelly. I think
Kelly in
that's
5.
that.
Yeah, Kelly in 5.
Yeah, it's Kelly in
It
5.
looks like they're coming. They might be coming up for a change. So this would be nice to see.
Yeah.
Now you saw Dana Point's change. If we can see when Alana Keela's change, that would be great.
Yeah, so as they're getting closer to us, yeah, I'd say it's safe to say they're about a 2 boat lead,
Do you,
length lead.
so the difference between Dana Point, Leah's in 4. Leah Ching's in 4.
Oh,
all right.
Leah's in 4. Yeah,
So
okay. Yeah, she's
The
they're-
definite difference
and Leah are
between what I saw with Dana Point and what I'm seeing with Lana Keela is Lana Keela sits back a little more. Dana Point's more up
they're
front.
forward.
More
Yeah.
forward the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Kaha Kai about maybe 2 boat lengths behind. And they have a super smooth, super slow stroke. They're trying to be very patient in the water. We'll give you a
Yeah, and Kahakai, this is the first ERC Malama
Yep.
that we're seeing in the field. Good action. We got a little race. This is again shout out to my new friends from Kahakai. We had Aaron, Michelle, and Danny Bell.
Yeah, Danny Bell. Cat
Yeah,
Bell,
right
Danny
on.
Bell, Cat Bell.
I literally, I was like, I got the message from our producer Jane. She's like, hop on whatever escort boat now, because we're already out on the water. And they were the first escort boat I saw, and thanks to them for letting me jump on with them to transfer me to this.
So
to
this
Scottsville.
year there was a big shakeout at Imua, NAC, Dana Point, and Kahakai, where a lot of people, especially in the women's team, moved around.
Oh, they played musical chairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we saw quite a few people from the old Imua go over to Kahakai, like Heather Pickell, Susie Chizula.
Oh, Susie is paddling with
right,
Kahakai now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yep, she
interesting.
is,
Okay.
Yeah. And then we saw some people go over to Dana Point as well.
Yeah.
From Imua.
Sorry, real quick, Mindy, can I address something? So back to what we were talking about, Josh, and of course I'm biased, but to me, these doldrums that you're talking about, having your escort boat right there to communicate with the crew / steersman, to me, that's a major mental advantage. Where Kahakai currently right now, they're by themselves, right? Their escort boat's not alongside them. They're doing a change, but to me, that always helps too.
Right. So let's see. So if Kahakai is doing a change right now.
Does it? Are they? Oh yeah.
They're doing a change.
But
we'll see right now if Josh, is Josh driving that or who's driving that?
Josh is driving that.
We're going to see if he's going to mirror them and go for a change or wait and let them drop back farther.
Yeah.
And hang on to this crew. This might be moving really well for them. And Kahakai might not be moving as well, so they want to change things up to get a better advantage.
And again, a race this short, a 9-man race, exactly like you're saying, these are those kind of moments, right, that can win your race. Right here, we're seeing it right now.
So
the crew for 2 or 3 extra minutes is all it would take.
We're going to be looking at Kahakai. The thing is this Lana Keela boat knows exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
They know exactly when they're in the water. They know exactly, and they're going to go up. They're going to push everything up for the next 3, 4 changes.
Yeah, there they go. So, ladies in the water, Kahakai's, they kind of got a slower change going on. So right now is the time to make that move.
It looks like they changed steersman on that one. So it looks like Cat Bell is in now. So they pulled Heather Pickell out, and they put Cat Bell in. Both of them are great paddlers. Both of those girls. So you're not losing anything by putting in that steersman and having the other person go back up and paddle. But on that change, I would say they were able to get one canoe at least, if not a little more than that.
Little swell there.
Yeah. So the difference in stroke rates is there's quite a difference in stroke rates between Lana Keela and Kahakai.
Wait, Lana Kila with a higher stroke rate? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
I think so. I
Really?
mean, are you looking? Look at.
I was being
Oh,
facetious.
okay. Yeah.
That's their MO.
Yeah, but it's working against
It
Kaha
really
right
is,
now,
yeah.
So
Yeah, like right
gotta
there. Look at
know
that. Look at that little
where to
bump
group,
right here.
right?
That's a nice swell right there for them. California standards, anyway.
And Amy's so important. She takes every stroke. You know, contributing to the crew. Like I saw her miss one stroke on that side to post.
Yeah, just to wipe her face. That was it.
Hey, again, the camera's currently on Lana Kila right now, but again, Josh is still on these ladies where Kahakai, they're still by themselves.
Right, yeah.
Right? And I like having that feedback from
Yeah.
the escort boat. You got your 3 other ladies cheering you on.
Yeah. So this is where either, there's been a transition the last couple of years of having C3 be the captain in the boat.
Yeah.
And C6 was the captain. So this is where one of those has to really start, especially in Kahakai, has to really start motivating to keep the pressure on. So when they do go for a change, they'll be able to catch up a couple of boat lanes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At this point, they can't be satisfied. They can't say, oh, look, we're satisfied in 3rd place now. Nobody in that boat can be satisfied. They got to keep driving and digging deep to stay in touch with Lana Kila.
I'm watching right now, and they're closing. Their Kahakai is closing on Lana Kila right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Brada. They have that. They have a slightly longer stroke. They're a little bit. They seem to be a bit patient. I mean, I do see Lana Kila. They're kind of more on the attack, right?
Yeah, they're quick through the air.
Yeah.
Where Kahakai's little patient. They're floating their blades up.
But are they too patient? Right? We'll find out.
Yeah. But as soon as Josh figures out that they're making a move, he's going to go up and do a chain.
So fun to, talk about the tactics, and just kind of see it. Of course, we're just armchairing this, right? We have no idea. Yeah, we're always right.
Yeah.
Knowing the ladies of Lana Kila,
the nice thing about Lana Kila is this group that are paddling right now has a real aggressive attack on the catch.
And knowing that, speaking of that aggression, this is where that competitive nature kicks in, right? Technique is everything, but sometimes all it takes is for you to have that mentality and just shut the door on your competition and finish strong. But we still have what would you say? Still got seems like another 5 miles at least to the finish. So there's still a lot of racing to be had here. Anything can happen.
This is one of the first time I've seen a women's crew in a Malama.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Come to think of it, right?
I know our group was doing changes in them this last week. We were trying it out, doing changes. And when everybody was jumping out, just because of the way the gunnels are curved out, they felt like they'd had to jump out a little higher.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of just looking ahead at the conditions, and it looks like as we get closer to Dana, as the day continues, I think the conditions will pick up too.
Yeah.
And even if you have slightly, that can make a difference.
Side push, like Amy's picking up all this little side, that's it's not straight off the back of a canoe, which is nice. It's like, there it goes.
Kind of veer off, right? Veer off to the right.
Yeah.
Just use it.
And there she's going to pick up another little one right here.
Yeah.
And you'll see the girls start attacking. So they're picking up stuff. Yeah.
They just opened up a pop again.
Yeah. Well, they're surfing more to me. You know, that aggressive
Yeah.
kind of
All
approach
right.
that we were
Here
talking
we
about.
go for a change. Here
They're
we go for a
using it
change
more.
for Lanakila.
So this is where it could get interesting, like you were saying earlier, Mindy.
Yeah.
You know, a change that can make a really big difference. There's a lot of experience on that team, though. So
Yeah. So this is kind of good because you now have seen a change from Dana Point. You've seen a change from Pahakai. We're going to look at a change from Lanakila, see what the difference is. And, you know, this could be the difference between the gaps in all of them, too. The way they're
Correct,
changing and how they're changing. You know, I hope the crews go back, you know, like in basketball and football, they go back and watch the footage,
the film,
of the race and to see what they can improve on to make a difference in the next race to be closer to each other. So we got it looks like, you know, you want to have the right spread in the water so you're grabbing at the same time. So this looks like a 1-2-4.
Yeah, they're closer, right?
No, it looks like a 1-3-5.
No, you're right. 1-2-4.
1-2-4. There we go. All legs.
Here we go, seat one. Here we go, seat one. See, and that's the hard part is
Once you get going, once you're dragging them.
when
Once the pressure happens.
Yeah.
So we got who do we get in this boat? We got Jill Schuler in seat 4. Schooler in seat 4.
Yeah, she came in and
Four is in 2. 4 is in 2.
is that Lisa in 1 stroking Jane Caputo? Yeah, that looks like Lisa Caputo stroking.
All right, let's see the gap. The gap closed.
That's
Still, I think about 3 boat lengths as 3, if not 3.5.
Brother, I gotta say, Josh got in and out of there fast.
Yeah.
So, and that's the beauty of that rubber ducky. So one year, Leah was our escort boat captain for Catalina, and she was operating that same boat. And that's the beauty of that boat, man. She was able to thread the needle, get in there between, you know, these other Tahitian teams and the chaos that's out there. And just watching her operate that thing was pretty cool.
So I'm just looking at the time right now. We're at 2 hours and 4 minutes. 2 hours and 4 minutes. So this race typically takes 2.5 hours. So if it does take 2.5 hours, we're looking about 25 minutes, 30 minutes to the finish.
It's that third act. Now we're on to the third act.
Unless the current was so strong on the way up, it adds some time to it. But yeah, I see the point. I see Dana Point right now.
So Mindy, you're talking about captains, right? Like in the middle of the canoe.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's interesting. So Leah jumped out, and now looks like Jill jumped in and replaced her seat. And you know, I get the sense that you have that other leadership seat that, you know, it's pretty cool to see Jill jumping in for Leah, right? To kind of continue that middle of the canoe leadership, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Yeah, you saw, you know, when the Tahitians start winning and they start calling everything from the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
3.
You're just relaying it, right?
Everybody's trying to replicate that now all over the world, the paddling. And it's a struggle because I think the team has to really be together to know that it's not coming from the back anymore. You know, where the steersman can see everything and do everything.
Well, and that's the beauty of, you know, all the Lanakila crews that I've raced on. You know, you have the likes of Josh steering.
Yeah.
And then you had Danny in the boat in the middle, right? To relay those two work together. And then, you know, now we got like Ross in the middle of the boat, you know, relaying what Danny's saying from seat 6. And sometimes Ross's voice likes to crack, and it all cracks us up at the same time too. But speaking of Ross, Claudio says, Ross said he polished the seat for you, Joe. That's really good to hear. Thanks for that, Claudio and Ross.
Yeah. Oh.
And we're also getting photos from my little one with Julian and the rest of her kids and dogs. And what a great day
sunny. It's sunny.
Great family day all around.
So we're noticing it's sunny inland, like right over
Yep.
these mountains. It's sunny, and we're still sitting in like a nice marine layer of fog. But it's nice, so nobody's really getting sunburned. Well, that's sunburned, and it's staying cool for the girls right now.
You know,
Water
me,
temperature, I heard
we've been-
71.
we've been connected to. We've been with these two crews now for what, 20 minutes, and it's for Kahakai. It's that breaking that 2 canoe length threshold, right? And if they can manage to do that here in these last few miles, that's gonna really give them that mental edge.
Right, yeah.
We'll see if they can make that happen. But I don't know, as long as Lanakila can sustain this, I like Lanakila's chances. It's a good action. And then just to kind of report back on the rest of the field, from what we can tell, heck, 4th place, who I think was Marina Del Rey when we last saw.
And the women, yeah.
From the women's side, there's a significant gap behind them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing, I think that's Marina Del Rey behind us. They're taking a slightly outside line.
Say on this side right here is Oceanside.
Okay.
That looks like our flag.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, so this is the race right here. Dana looks like the clear number 1, second overall, but first place Wahine team, minding if anything happens.
This is the race for
But
second place.
this is pretty much the race for second place. This is the podium race right here.
So I'm thinking Dana Point is running open because they have Soren in the.
Sorry, yeah.
Cora is not. A lot of these girls are young, so they're
running open too. Kahakai is running a Masters.
Could be a Masters
Yep.
team. It could be their Masters team.
Because again, like we were saying earlier, they're getting ready for Brazil, the IVF,
Right.
the International Va'a Federation race that's taking place next weekend in Brazil. Is it Sao Paulo, Brazil?
So if everybody on the boat can wave, we are racing right past Eric Smith's window right now. So Eric, if you have binoculars, we're waving at you.
And if you're just tuning in, thank you guys for tuning in for today's 2025 Whitey Harrison Classic out of Dana Point. It's the first 9-man race here in Southern California, and we're really excited to bring you guys all the action.
So I see John Larkin watching right now. So if you're watching the Lanakila boat, you'll see Cora in C2.
Cora is right around the corner. Cora's gonna be tying the knot.
Yep.
She's gonna get married.
October 4th, 5th? October.
I think it's
First
pretty
week
much the
of
same
October.
weekend as it's right around the Molokai Hoi.
Yeah, first week of October.
Okay. So yeah, shout out to Cora and Wes.
Yeah. So you paddle for Lanakila. Was there a big Lanakila bunch that went up to the gorge?
There was a handful, so from our men's team, you had
So we had a big break in between the
yeah.
Ironman champs and this first 9-man race where a lot of people went up to the gorge.
Yep.
And it was a big month break. And so I think we saw Cora up there. Who else was up there?
So from the men's team, you had guys from my crew. You had Steve Sinkus, and he actually won the men's 50s division. Yeah, he did great. And then you had Brother Matt Ka'ainoni as well. And then a lot of the senior master guys went up as well. The Goldens, I want to say there's a handful of them that went up to the gorge. So, and that's the beauty of the gorge, right? It's that midway, that lull, or the doldrums of the season, as you're kind of talking about, where
doldrums of the season.
you can use that race to stay in shape, right? And you're up in the Pacific Northwest surfing. It's a good way to keep your fitness.
Absolutely.
Justin tried to make it interesting earlier by saying that Kahakai was making a move, but I kind of challenged that one. I think
Yeah.
to me, and look, they're doing it.
seeing a
They're
big
setting up for
okay,
another change.
Kahakai making another
Interesting.
change.
So they're running pretty short changes.
Well,
What, like
yeah,
10-minute changes?
as the race gets longer, the
Their changes get shorter. Yeah.
You know, and you're more. That's more of a sprint now.
And the room for error increases,
Yes.
right?
Yes, absolutely. I think that teams never get faster in a race. It's just people get slower.
It's a good way to put it.
You know, it's so you got to eliminate all the mistakes.
It's the mistakes. Yeah.
It's that one change, that one.
Check out this.
changeover.
Oh, so we got eyes on Kahakai right now making their change.
Okay,
We'll
here we
see
go.
if it's faster than their previous change.
So Heather's going back in.
Interesting. So they're borrowing that same that pod change that Hano Hano does that you were saying earlier. And you know what? Lanakila
Just grew
has stretched it even further.
Yeah.
Right when they were going for the change, Josh followed him up.
Yep. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, when you got a Josh Creighton, when you got a Creighton in your back pocket, like here we got Jane Creighton on board with us. As far as I'm concerned, we're also winning too. Yeah, that was a pretty big move right there that Lanakila just made.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Josh in a while. It'd be nice to embrace with that guy later.
You guys are thirsty. There's Waiakea water in the cooler.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the update on that. Yeah, shout out to our friends Waiakea Water for hydrating us today. Oh, here we go. We got a little swell.
So I think Jill and Amy in this canoe, so Jill in seat 4 and Amy in seat 6, have won this race many times, I think.
A lot of experience.
Back in the early 2000s. And, you know, they know what it takes and they're, you know.
And back to having people advantages and people in your back pocket.
Right.
Having a steersman like Amy, major advantage, right?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So much experience.
So much experience.
Yeah.
You know, she's got a pretty petite frame, right? You see the tail really pick up right on some of these swells, and the canoe just really slides forward.
She's got to be the most in shape.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
yeah.
You know, from her.
Yeah, she is a queen. She's a beast runner. Yeah, running.
Yeah.
And if you're running those kind of distances, your mentality is just next level.
Yeah.
When we did that Super Bowl half marathon, and Amy was there. It was embarrassing for me to even be on the course.
She's kind of like Amy's kind of like those goats that you see just freaking climbing the hills like trail runner. You know, she's like that goat trail runner that just bounces up, the mountain goat that just bounces up the trails. To me, that's Amy Spector right there.
You know what I find curious is I know she's looking at her watch and things like that, or she's doing something back there. But most canoes nowadays, you see all those speed coaches on everybody, in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't see a speed coach on that photo. Do you? In front of maybe seat 3?
Yeah, perhaps, huh?
You know, so they can clock what they're doing.
They are in pure attack mode right now. We can hear them all yelling at each other, encouraging each other. Here's another swell right here. Let's see them run this one.
So right in the background, you can see Salt Creek.
Yep.
And then we're coming up to, what's this, Ritz-Carlton on Laguna Niguel Ritz-Carlton on the top of the bluff? Is that Ritz-Carlton?
Ritz up there.
Yeah. For anybody who's not in Laguna and doesn't have the opportunity to come out this far on the ocean and look at the beauty of
this perspective. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like how green the hills. You know, it's so good to see some green hills, especially as we're approaching fire season.
We just passed the monarch arches, the 3 arches.
And this is kind of where from those Dana to sorry, the Newport to Dana runs that I do on my one man. This is kind of where you start to feel reverb
Yeah.
from the shore up.
Right. Yeah.
And then we're gonna hit the point here soon, and that's where the water gets really deep, and you get those really long runners here, and
So
hopefully that's where Lanakila can shut the door.
Yeah. Again, they have to come all the way out to the red buoy.
That's right.
Right.
So, those rocks that you were talking about earlier, where you could
Yeah.
shoot, that must have gave them a major advantage back in the
Right,
day.
back in the day. So on a day like today, high tide. I
Yep.
think it's high tide right now. Is it high tide?
Well, it's rising, so the water's probably shallow inside.
Yeah.
So maybe today is not the kind of day you would shoot the rocks.
But maybe the guys would shoot it.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might have just given out some secrets, Mindy, for the men's race.
Yeah, but they'd be disqualified. But it'd be fun. I mean, if you're behind, you might as well get the press, right?
Yeah, might as well have fun, huh? Shoot some rocks on the inside.
There, all our Scora,
It's called running the gauntlet.
Running the gauntlet.
all the Scora insurance people are going, no,
I know.
do not encourage it.
What's that saying? Go pound rocks. See, here at paddling, we say, go shoot rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to imagine Amy and Jill are really pushing these.
Oh,
kids.
100%. You
Oh,
can hear it
yeah,
earlier.
in front of them. Yeah, yeah. Showing them how to really paddle hard. So hard you almost want to puke.
Oh, that's 30. Yeah, you want to fall back?
Yeah, we should fall back.
Want to fall back? We'll fall back. Then we'll fall back to the next group.
So, gang, we're gonna kind of idle back here, and we're gonna go see things, check things out with Kahakai, see how they're running.
We have to break Joe's biases.
Yeah.
Justin just said we gotta break the
Just-
bias
Just so
of
you know,
the Lanakila bias.
just so
It's funny, he's throwing me under the bus, but it was actually my idea, which is kind of funny.
just so you know out there, when we're the only boat that has camera equipment on it, as we move back through the pack, we can't catch up to the winners anymore. So you're not going to see probably you may not see the winners, but you'll be able to see all your friends and family.
And that's
And
also a
teammates.
salute to how far ahead they are too.
Yeah.
But as far as the action that we can
Yeah.
that we're seeing today, to me this is probably where we want to be anyway.
And
Seeing how
everybody's
this
going to start.
unfolds.
Everybody's going to start converging onto
Oh,
the red
yes.
buoy.
Okay, so we just saw Lanakila. They look to be in pretty good command right now. They're making the right moves, it seems. Let's go check out Kahakai, sporting the ERC Malama.
See, we see the rate just slightly lower on this group.
And Mindy, they could be tapering for Brazil.
They could be, yeah, they could be, absolutely.
I mean,
I
don't
see,
tell me you're going to be tapering for another race during
Right,
a
yeah,
race, but
Yeah, but
you never know.
and they're in the lead in their division.
They're in the
right.
lead in their division, yeah.
So I see, it looks like Danny Bell Danny Bell probably in 1 and 2. I see Susie Strazula in 3. I see Risa Gibbs in 4. I'm not sure who is in 5 or 1 right now. And Heather Patel.
C5 might be, I believe her name was Erin.
Erin, okay. Erin in C5.
I met her earlier this morning, and
Heather
my
Patel.
eyes
I was able
don't
to do
deceive me.
I was able to do a Catalina race with Heather once. She's a great steersman, great paddler. She really, in her day, when she coached Timur, because she coached Timur for women for quite a long time, they had
Okay.
a great run.
They look relaxed.
Yeah, they look
They look
very-
relaxed. Mindy, have you sat in the Malama yet?
I have, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I haven't sat in it long enough to know.
Okay. So Justin just said that he was raving about how relaxed they look, and that's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing to me that's really noticeable about paddling the
Right.
Malama is it almost wants you to be more relaxed. It has a very beautiful slide
Yeah.
that really offers that almost that relaxed approach
Yeah.
to your tempo and cadence.
It seems nowadays that all these canoes kind of like a different way of paddling. Like even the Matahinas.
Yep.
You paddle it different. You steer it. It feels completely different to steer Matahina.
I have a question.
Justin has a question.
Does Heather Paquel eat carbs?
Yeah.
Bruh, she is ripped.
Yeah, she is.
Is Heather Paquel steering?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a good commercial for deltoids. Look at the
It's been her
striations. I don't know if the
lifestyle
camera's
because
picking that
As long
up.
as I've known her,
Same, yeah.
she's had, her physique has been
When I
amazing.
first started with Imoa, they were there.
Yeah.
Heather
Yeah.
did, and yeah, she's always.
Hey, brother, hey, brother, if you're paddling that relaxed, you're not using much carbs.
Now, I don't know if most people know, but Susie Trezula used to be a professional soccer player.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Thank you for that nugget.
That's a great.
And
Wow.
she's brought over all of her training and is a trainer now, and she has her own place where she does a lot of training for specialized training for like people in the paddling world who come out and train with her. And she got into paddling after playing soccer, and then got into dragon boat racing, and now she's one of the head coaches of the dragon boats. Yeah, so she has really had a diverse journey through paddling and water sports.
She seems very committed, and that makes total sense.
She came out of stand-up paddling. She was racing Catalina in a stand-up years ago. So very diverse and
well, yeah, and driven, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of which, I don't know Susie that well, but I got a good Susie Struzula story for you. So last year, we
Wait,
at Lanakeela.
real quick. I see Kimberly Pennington is watching us live from Washington.
Oh,
she is our San Diego coach who just picked everything up and moved up there. I'm sure it's hard for her to watch everything, but there's plenty of paddling up there also. Okay, back to Susie.
So last year, Lanakeela, we were training for Molokai after Catalina, and we brought on we had Will and Judson on our team, and they live closer to here, so we were taking out Dana's heavy spec canoes out for practice, like weekday early morning practice.
Specs, not heavy specs.
Yeah, I actually kind of caught myself as soon as I said heavy. I said spec.
They are the right weight for the right division.
Yes, the spec division canoes. Yeah. So we took one out, and we're this is like Wednesday weekday early morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're on the water, like 5:15 in the morning, and I barely could see a one man out on the water, and it was Susie Struzula. She beat us out on the water. So that means she was out on the water probably 4:30, paddling in the dark. So that just says a lot about her mentality and
commitment. And
motivation.
Yeah. We just had Josh Creighton check in with us. So we're coming up right now to the red bell buoy, which means there's only 1 to 2 changes left. So coaches at this point, all the coaches, as all the canoes are coming up, they're looking at who's around them.
Yep.
Who they're going to put in their final combination.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had 1 year Will Rankenstein was coaching. I forget who was coaching NAC, and do a fake change right at the last. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's that happens.
Yeah.
Normally at the last change of the last change into Catalina, last change of all the races. We psych you out.
We were talking about it earlier, and I wanted to bring that up. One of my favorite, Ocean Paddler TV captured it. I want to say it was a 2017 Molokai Hoi. You had Team Red Bull just duking it out with EDT or EDT. It was EDT and Red Bull. They were duking it out with Shelva, and they were a little bit past Diamond Head, coming up on those last, right where it gets very strategical with changes. And Red Bull EDT, they did a fake change,
Yeah.
and that was enough for them to win the race.
Yeah,
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 that's right.
yeah.
Which was that was so cool to see.
Yeah, very strategic. This is where, your coaches really have to know your crew. Because
Yeah.
you're like putting a carrot in front of them and say, "Oh, you're going to go for a change, but we're going to psych everybody out."
Yes.
You
Yeah,
might-
as long
you
as you're
might-
not psyching your own
Oh, geez,
paddlers
yeah,
out.
exactly. So it looks like we're going to sit here for a little bit and
Yeah,
watch.
bring these two Marina or,
And I think one might be in
I think you're right.
Oceanside. And one's in Oceanside. All right.
So this is the last change movie now? This is the
No,
last
no,
change
this
movie now?
isn't the last change.
Okay.
movie. It's going to be. They're going to pass that red. The other.
Because now they just go straight into the harbor, right?
No, I think they have to go to another buoy outside the harbor and then turn in from there. I think I could be wrong though.
Oh, it's Oceanside and Marina Del Rey
Yeah, yeah,
battling it out.
yeah,
Oh, it's a good race. Oh, yeah, it's a good race right there.
yeah, yeah. They're. So I don't know if Marina Del Rey is open or a Masters, but this boat is a Masters for Oceanside.
I'm very colorblind, and so I have a hard time telling who's who right now. So I'm gonna kind of leave that to
Oceanside
you.
closest to us and Marina Del Rey on the
Okay.
inside.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that they're all wearing the same colored hats too.
Right.
Well, the one with the orange in the front.
Oh yeah, it's so great.
Okay, I gotta take my microphone off for a second.
Okay. Well, because you're gonna be encouraging coaches. Coach is gonna be yelling here. This is pretty cool. We gotta capture this.
Get it on your phone. Because I won't focus
Oh
in.
yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome in, guys. It's the first time I'm on the mic today. And look at this race going on right here, guys.
Woo! Our viewers just dropped by like 20.
I know. They heard my voice. They're like, nah, we're done. Nah. Let's run with them, Scott. Let's run with them.
Oh, this is a race right here.
Yeah, man. This is a burner. You know why this is so tough? Because they've been close to each other probably since
Oh my
Laguna.
goodness.
So
Yeah.
they're just like
Right.
brain damage.
Yeah.
Brain damage.
Well, so what do you think, Brada? Should Oceanside try to take Marina Del Rey's port side, try to take their AMA here?
I think Oceanside is going to be lined up right here. I think they're going to take the port side, stay inside on the corner there, and keep pushing them out. Maybe.
We were kind of discussing the I guess the contrast or just the difference between stroke rate, right, with other teams. Check out the difference between Marina Del Rey and Oceanside right here. Like, so Marina Del Rey to me looks a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
Kind of falling on their blades a little bit more, a little smoother. There's a little bit more release from what I can tell. And Oceanside, they're kind of on the attack. They're slightly behind, so they're probably feeling the pressure a little bit. We'll see if they can make it interesting. It looks like they're actually taking their starboard side, so we'll see what happens.
I think Marina Del Rey covered that line. I think they moved in.
So, I noticed that Marina Del Rey doesn't have, in the previous races, they were racing with quick blades, and now they're racing with a different blade.
Palafamala.
Is this Palafamala?
Yep, they're on the Palafamalas. Yep.
Okay.
Go here. Go back. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good battle here we got.
Yeah. I know our group is super excited to be where they're at right now.
Oh, they look great.
This is one.
And to your point earlier, Mindy, so we were touching on that the fact that Kahakai is a master
Yeah,
team.
Kahakai would be a master.
So that means and of course we don't know. I get the impression that Marina Del Rey is an open team.
Right.
So this is the battle for third place here currently.
for first and second in each division and third overall.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, third overall.
Because your Oceanside ladies, they're running an open crew, right?
Yeah, we have 2 open crews.
And
Yeah.
this crew that we're looking at right here, that's an open crew.
No, Masters.
Oh, that is a Masters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I stand
Actually,
corrected.
6 senior Masters and 3 Masters.
Okay. So heck, I mean, if and again, I imagine that Marina Del Rey is running an open team. So I mean, anytime you can.
Shelly steering.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you're gonna battle whatever crew that's next to you, regardless of age
and I saw,
group.
I was watching Sarah from, Say Cray.
Yeah.
She's watching right now. Marina is Masters. Okay. So that is a Masters crew.
Oh wow.
Right. So
Okay.
Kai, thank you, Sarah, for letting us know that.
Yeah. Appreciate
Kai,
that.
Marina. Yeah. So
All right.
we have a
this is the
Masters battle.
Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a Master Blaster.
Master
Lindsay
basketball.
Richmond just confirmed too.
Yeah.
The guys are all.
Oh, everyone's watching close by.
Yeah. I don't know who's on their group. I don't see Jamie. Normally Jamie's in there.
Oh, this is a race. Right?
Yeah.
This is a race, yeah. Sun is starting to bust through. The marine layer is starting to dissipate a little bit.
Yeah, I think our group has a little quicker recovery
Yeah.
than Marina Del Rey.
You know what's from a paddler perspective too, like yeah, we're kind of touching on, those last few miles of not making mistakes and
Right.
just a feeling of like your crew and whatnot. But I gotta say, in races, when you start out with marine layer and you're coming back and you're starting to feel that sun on your shoulders and sun in your face, it kind of energizes you a little bit too.
Yeah. So right now we're starting to get towards the backside of the harbor at Dana Point.
Yep.
And I don't know, how long is this breakwater? Does anybody know, about a mile long?
It seems like it, yeah.
1 mile.
And
So
this is where the swells start to really, and they almost like corduroy here.
So they're going to be people doing their chain boat are really going to be trying to figure out like, what's my best option now? Because, you're looking at a half a boat difference right here.
Yep.
You put the wrong crew in at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And they have the right crew on at the right time. Things will either open up or close back in.
And again, who is your steersman again?
Her name is C. We call her C, Chelsea.
So I'm wondering what C's, what her plan is here. It looks like, we were saying, is she going to take the port side or the starboard side? And she was kind of playing back and forth. And it looks like she might be committed to taking more of an inside line on Marina, which I think is a good call here.
So it looks like Marina's going for a change right now.
And this can make or break the race right here.
Right, yeah.
So this is probably where you're going to hear, we might have to give the microphone back to Mindy because she might be
all right,
here.
Looks like they're mirroring the changes, the changes.
They're playing chicken right now.
Right, yeah.
They're playing chicken to see who's going to go first.
It's odd. I would have thought the Marina Del Rey would have gone the inside. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it just kind of depends on where your escort boat can position themselves to make that change. So that's another aspect to this approach here towards the end. This is we were talking about threading the needle earlier. This is definitely, you're definitely threading the needle as an escort boat captain. I gotta say, when I first saw Marina Del Rey years ago sporting the neon yellow hats with the blue, I was like, oh, I don't know about that color combo. But few years, almost like a decade later, they've really made that choice look cool. I'm sure there's still people that disagree with me, but they make it look cool. Oh, I don't know. Are they fighting current now? Maybe.
I think they're fighting reverb off of the
perhaps.
off of the
water looks
jetty.
pretty sticky.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like they decided not to go. They're gonna wait till the.
They're flexing. Both of the motorboats are flexing on each other. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can make a change after the buoy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wait.
So that's the
No,
buffer
no, we're
zone.
going up a ways. It looks like we're still kind of going up. So there's room to make more changes.
So what do we think? Could we intercept the finish line? Just so sure, if they're gonna take goldens already, it's not that far. But to capture like the outcome between Bahakai, but maybe can we both step at the finish line?
Yeah. Okay, let's.
Cut it in time.
Okay.
So we got 3 in the water. Looks like a 1, 2, 4.
All right, this is a big moment right here for Oceanside.
Somebody's bringing water into the steersman. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5.
Nice.
Good, 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 good.
That was a
Good.
great change, especially
Yeah.
for this deep in the race.
Big change.
So one thing too, what I love about Marina Del Rey is they're women. They hold plenty of energy.
So they got Jamie coming in, which was one of their
All right, so we got
strokers.
fresh bodies in.
Yeah.
They still have. Oh, look, their stroke rate picked up even further. Mindy, is that a newer canoe for your?
No, it's not our newest canoe. It's our second newest canoe.
Okay.
They've been racing. The Masters group has been racing it all
Okay.
year, so we just decided to keep them in it.
Yeah, I guess I don't recall seeing one of your canoes with that white tail.
Yeah. So in C1, that's Shannon. You got Diane in 2, Erica still in 3, Sean in 4, and Katie in 5.
Any ex-pro soccer players on that team?
No,
or what?
no ex-girl soccer players. A captain. We have 1 firefighter, retired firefighter, captain in C2.
Awesome.
We have a race car driver in C5.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? She definitely has a race car driver sunglasses.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's see if they can't close the gap.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with they're kind of more in attack mode. Oceanside is so that stroke rate could pay off here because they're going to come to a complete stop. Marina Del Rey is. And you know what? That's another good change. Wow.
Yeah, they did a good change.
Some good paddling, good changes here from these Wahine. But
so they're matching each other.
But yeah, they Oceanside. Oh, and Oceanside's got a swell here. They're gonna get the swell first.
Yeah.
What's going on in the heads right now? What do you think?
They're just trying to catch right now. What
I know you're also coaching inside your head too.
You'll know you'll hear it on the starting lines. Billy always going, if you're behind, come up.
Okay.
If you're behind, come up.
Yep.
Well, the other part of that is if you're behind, come up. If your head, stay ahead.
Yeah.
And that's how he used to coach us, and that's kind of how I coach them. If you're behind, catch up.
That sounds logical to me in racing.
Yeah. But you'll hear him say that on the starting line, like when boats are behind the starting line. If you're behind, come on up.
Oh, so is that why the line keeps getting pushed before the race starts? Yeah, Oceanside they're hungry right now.
A little more swells coming in because it's shallower in through here, right? You can tell the difference of the watercolor that we're going into shallower water, so they're going to be able to feel the swell a little more.
Oh wow! You know what? Like it's a tale of two tales here. You got Marina, who is they're committed to going smooth, holding that long stroke. They just had some fresh paddlers come through, and they're still holding a somewhat of a slower stroke rate. And Oceanside is just still in attack mode. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this unfolds. And again, we're looking at 2 master teams. Looking at it for the second place in the Masters division. And if you're just tuning in, thank you guys so much Welcome to the Broadcast Braddahs. We're here in Dana Point. This is the Whitey Harrison Classic 2025, first 9-man race of 2025. We're excited to be here with. We got Mindy Clark, we got Justin Fesago on the camera, Jonah Holovala here as well, and then we also got our producer Jane Creighton. We got Eric Sidney on photography duty, also flying the drone. We got Scott Lincoln driving us around. We got Ron. We got Ron and Jeff. We got a solid crew here bringing the action. Mindy is pounding the table right now because her crew has just made another move. This is some neck-to-neck action, and we're very excited to bring it to you guys live.
So we're getting pretty close.
Neck-to-neck.
Chicken skin.
Oh, Justin just got chicken skin. Yeah, I'm looking at his elbow, and definitely looks like a
chicken.
yeah, it definitely looks like, or like the whole body, because he's got a pretty big elbow.
Yeah, this is where you have to be comfortable feeling uncomfortable in those boats.
That's a very good point.
Everybody in that boat is uncomfortable paddling as hard as they can, both teams.
Yeah.
You gotta move through the brain damage here.
Yeah,
This is the spot.
yeah.
And you got to imagine that brain damage is a lot louder right now because it's the first 9-man race of the year,
Yeah.
right? You're
Right,
still
yeah.
kind of adjusting to that change in the season.
The turn, we just saw Kai make the turn, so they're not that far behind. They're not that far to the turn. So now, what do you
So
do?
there's
Do you
hope.
make another change? Do you let the people go? What do you do as a coach coaching their boat?
I think your focus right now is just on Marina Del Rey, right?
Right.
Like they're charging. So if I'm Oceanside, just carry that momentum. Don't
Right,
even give them anything. Shut the door right now. You
Right.
found the window to climb through. Now it's time to shut the door.
We're taking these two in. Brother, we've been blessed, but we've been broadcasting to have good finishes, and this is one.
Yeah.
And and that's it. Mindy touched on it earlier. It's so great to bring Wahine lady paddling to the world here, right? This is a all. I mean, there are some co-ed teams out here, but it's really good to see
So
the ladies bringing it today.
it's going to be super quick because we're almost at the turn, and the finish is right there. So, and the turn buoy is the last time you can make a change.
Oh, okay. Is that so? All right. So yeah, wow. So yeah, I mean, yeah. To your question earlier, yeah. What do you do? I mean, you're the coach. What
You
would
make
you
a
do here?
change. Well, they have a coach on the boat, so he's got to decide that, not me.
Oceanside's lining up our comments right now.
Right. Yeah, they're all saying outside.
So the thing that Shelley should be doing from Marina Del Rey, instead of going on the outside, maybe swinging wide, because remember, these type of boats don't turn. So if she swings a little wide, she can cut in.
And that's where that decision that she made. What was her name? Chelsea, the steersman
Yeah.
from Oceanside to make that decision to take the inside line was
So they are
kind of
gonna make a
everything
drop
here.
right here. They're gonna make a drop right here.
So yeah, the camera's not picking up, but we're about like 50 meters from the last turn, and they're making their last change here. This is crucial right now.
Which might be smart, instead of taking the turn on the outside, to take the turn.
It's gonna allow them to make the turn
Yeah.
while they slow down the other boat.
Oh, that's some good
But
strategy.
it'll
Yeah,
make them take the
good
turn
tactic.
at the same diameter.
I know. To me, Oceanside just won right now.
I don't know.
They just won.
It depends on who's in there.
They're like,
Yeah, look, and they're turning. It's just like a sprint, right? When you watch sprint regattas, right? They're out of the turn. It's a 90-degree turn.
It's up, man.
But
Yeah.
This is now called running with your tail between your legs.
please elaborate. What do you mean by that?
Like, they're coming to get you, and it's only that far to go, that you just have to pound as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And not give up an inch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know I just claimed Oceanside, but yeah, Marina Del Rey, they finally made that adjustment to their stroke rate, and they have fresh paddlers. And we're what? What do you think, Mindy?
800 yards.
800 yards to the finish?
Oh,
Yeah, I still got my money on Oceanside here.
Yeah.
I think they took Marina Del Rey's soul on that.
Go.
clearing out the
Yeah,
There's still a good race to go.
still a little ways to go, and we're here to capture it. So, again, if you're just tuning in, this is the 2025 Whitey Harrison Classic out of Dana Point. First 9-man race of the year here. Exciting finish. This is we're looking at second and third Masters teams / top 5 women's teams for today's race here. Exciting stuff.
These girls have put in the work all winter long on their one man. They all got one man. They were committed to going out and paddling one mans all season long.
So what you're saying is they had a lot of individual tails between their legs
Yeah,
during one-man season too, huh?
yeah, yeah. Hopefully they'll get more into the one man season and race more.
Yeah, I mean, Marina is inching forward, but are they running out of real estate?
I think.
We'll see. But yeah, it was all about that move that Oceanside made on that inside, and kind of carrying that, that slightly
Yeah.
aggressive. It was just mentality, right? Like what
mean,
you're talking about all day.
It's a gamble. It's a
Yes.
total gamble when you do that. So you got to either
It's sputter out,
gamble
right? Yeah.
and win or gamble coming behind. So yeah.
And the only thing you're gambling on is pride.
All about boat speed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All about the boat speed.
Yeah, I think all Oceanside has to do is just box out Marina. But hey, that was a great battle to see that.
Yeah, both these teams put in work today.
Congratulations, Oceanside.
Yeah, what a finish Oceanside, especially in that last mile.
Yeah, because they were behind at the end.
Yeah. And that is some
Yeah,
good
there's gonna
action.
be some
So
excited girls in
second
that.
place Master ladies, Oceanside Outrigger, followed closely by Marina Del Rey Masters team. Way to bring it, ladies.
Yeah.
Really careful.
All right.
And I don't count this wall.
Yeah,
But I
Fourth and fifth. So this would be fourth and fifth in the women's division
overall.
overall. We've
overall,
only
it's-
seen one.
Yeah.
We've only seen one Coed come through.
Yeah. So we're going to attempt, Mindy, we're going to try to attempt to talk to, we're coming up on Lana Keeler right now,
Right.
or and Oceanside.
No,
It would be awesome to get some feedback from the ladies from their race.
right.
Let's see if we can make it work. It's just an idea at this point, but
Hey, Jill. Is she staring? Jill staring? I want to take off this.
I got an
Is that
idea
Jamie?
about you're gonna crack up at this one. Speaking of ideas,
Hey, back here.
brother, how's this one? Is this risky?
Might
No, look what you can't see what I'm doing.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's worth the risk, but so
Here.
I am attempting to attach the microphone here to. It's not a gaff. I wish it was a gaff, but it's a deck brush, just to get a better audio on some of these ladies coming through.
All right. Looks like we have. What do we have?
I think this will work.
We have Jeannie Barrett in C3. I see Kelly in 4.
Come on, ladies, come talk
Leah.
story.
Leah
Let's talk
Chang in
story.
5.
Share it with the brush here. So
Just like Tahiti. Oh,
So Mindy, you're gonna ask them questions. I'm gonna hold up
how
the
do they
brush
answer?
to it. So we're gonna get close to them as close as we can.
Nikki,
Okay.
Nikki Hudson. Yes, tell us about the finish of your race. How that was. You guys were having a battle with Kaha Kai.
The last of the change and then just empty the tank.
Empty.
Congrats. Yeah, you guys are definitely in attack mode, and we just watched you, just make the right moves at the right time, caught the right slows at the right time. So that was really cool to see. Way to bring it.
Yeah, yeah.
Pull push at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's thrilling.
Right on, right on.
You're in the beers.
How far ahead were you guys from Coed? Did you guys kind of?
That's like 4 or 5 boat lengths at one point. Yeah, they came back up on us at the end.
And we had Dana Point.
We were saying that Coed looked to there was probably like a two threshold, right? The threshold that we saw when we came up on you, and it was to me it was all about that 2 volt cushion. It's like if Coed can break that, but knowing that you guys have you, Jill, Amy, Josh on board, you guys weren't gonna let that happen. I mean, knowing you guys.
Slate driving us.
We can't hear you guys.
That's one of the questions I want to know. When you have Jill in the boat and Jeannie in the boat and Amy in the boat, who's doing the coaching?
They're pretty quiet.
They are pretty quiet, so they listen to everything you say.
That's pretty.
Okay.
What I say, but they're pretty quiet. There was no bad combos. We never had a combo that didn't work. Whatever we did, we worked it out, which was great. And we had a race strategy that we're not going to tell you, but it worked.
Oh, good. Top secret. So after Catalina, can we have your secret?
Yeah.
Did you guys shoot the rocks? Because we were talking about shooting rocks earlier. Did you shoot the rock?
Strategy.
Good strategy.
Congratulations.
All right.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done.
Good job.
Oh, we missed
All right,
All right.
and the brush works, bro. The brush reach.
So
Oh, let's talk to
first of all, we had one canoe come in through while we were talking, which was another Dana Point crew.
wow.
And it had
Okay.
Shin Lu steering them. So
Okay,
Shin
yeah,
Lu's out
you
here.
were right.
And
looks
here
like
comes
we have
Lana
another crew. We got Lana Kila coming through.
So that just shows the depth of Lana Kila and Dana Point. They have 2 crews, each of them, who've come through in the first
Incredible.
top 10 at least, right?
Your mic stand.
Yeah, and you know what's great too is it adds a little extra for the windage.
Wind break?
Yeah, so might have to borrow this one.
So we heard something about a new Lana Kila strategy. Can you comment on that?
Secret.
What's up, ladies? So talk to us. How you guys feeling? How'd the race go?
I'm so glad they took me out for that finish. I gotta say,
Yeah.
they do the old, is everybody good? I mean, you have to say yes, right? And then they're like, okay, we're doing a change. I'm like,
You got to jump in Modelo mode when that happened.
Modelo mode. Sorry, I couldn't do it.
Lisa, you're looking great in seat 1. Well, I mean, but watching the balance of was it Cora? I think I saw Cora in there too, stroking. Yeah, that was the. That's really good. I was telling the ladies earlier. From what we could tell, you were making the right moves at the right time at a.
Stroking it.
Great job. Great job.
No, that is right? And the escort boat this time, we did 3-person changes every time. So we don't usually do that.
We did less.
Keep the expectation level
Great.
perform really high.
Totally.
Yeah.
No one got a double press.
We're doing
No.
40-minute pieces.
One thing too we were noticing out there was, Josh's rubber ducky can get up close and kind of like how we are right now. Yeah, and to me, I was noticing that Kahakai, they didn't have that luxury, that same luxury. I seen or hearing that encouragement coming from your crew seemed to be everything too. Like it.
DC Thunder.
Thunder.
That's what motivated us.
We had to be the DJs. Just turn the music up loud.
It's exactly what we were saying earlier. So Mindy was talking about the doldrums of this race and like having a good mentality and the details and I was like, or just a really good playlist and a loudspeaker, right? So right on, Lanakila. Well done. Congrats.
Saw our first Coed crew come in, which was NAC.
Do you set up the mic? It's back here. Oh, it's back here. Okay. Looks like Mindy, by the way, your microphone's
Okay,
behind you.
okay. Joe can grab it for you. Right on your back there.
Oops. All right, so we saw our first Coed crew come through, which was NAC. I think it's Dennis Campbell steering that one, and still waiting for quite a few boats. So we have 54 boats.
Yeah.
How many? Not even 10 have come through yet. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I think 8, maybe 8
So we're
or
about
9.
8 or 9 right now.
Thank you. We're gonna go back to the bigger thing.
Modelo mode.
Ice the beer.
Good for them.
Oh, so Dennis Campbell did come through. Yeah, right on.
And yeah, Dennis Campbell came through, and I think this is Lori Porter.
Is Dennis, what,
Lori?
is he Masters, racing Masters?
I
or-
think they race senior masters. But he has a pretty committed crew with him. You know, he goes out and gets some of the top senior masters around, and they pretty much stay with him through the
You know,
whole season.
I gotta say real quick, the last time I saw a brush being used this cool was you remember the movie Mary Poppins?
Yeah.
Remember the chimney scene? Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yep. Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
Okay, who just came through? So we have
Oh yeah. Oh, is Dick Van Dyke still alive, everybody? Like, feel free to chime in.
Yeah. We've got that little, yeah. I don't know, I guess.
I thought that was so actual space.
so this is Hano Hano.
I did the same with like
Hano Hano with Kathy Sheets steering.
All right.
Kathy Sheets are Scora.
oh yeah.
What is she? Scora
Race
race
chair?
president.
She's definitely on the board.
She's on the board. Is she president? We can look it up.
No price. Hey Scott, when I idle like right up to the other side of the Dorito, we get teams finishing on the Dorito, please.
What? Just did?
So again, if you're just tuning in, we just saw the finish. Roughly the top 10 paddlers for today's teams for today's Whitey Harrison Classic.
Turning in, we had Hano Hano. Now we have Imua, one of their Coed crews coming back through
And
the finish.
The first overall team was Kahakai's Coed, right? So you want to go down? Let's go down the list. So you had Kahakai Coed, first overall. Then you had Dana.
Right.
Dana women's were first women's team, but second Canoe overall, and then it was Lanakila. Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah, I
Lanakila.
guess Lanakila women's.
And then Kahakai. So Kahakai first and first.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little backwash there going on to another. It looks like another Imua Coed coming through. So Imua, second and third in Koa, and they were following
Oh, and Coed,
Dennis.
the Coed
Yeah,
teams.
the Coed following
Yeah.
Dennis Campbell, who was a Mua for 40 years. Another Dana
You
Point.
can't make it up.
No, yeah, another Dana Point women's.
Her on the
I don't know.
Another Dana Point going over. Do we have that? Can
Yeah.
can we face it so?
Have that one.
Oh, okay. We are
You
looking.
wanna?
Okay, got it.
You guys want to go talk to some paddlers again?
This looks like
Huh?
Kelly Thompson, Bobby Poplar, Rankenstein in a Coed boat, NAC coming through.
Yeah, and hey guys, and just a quick update. Yeah, we're bringing you the women's and co-ed race now, and then the men's race starts what in roughly an hour from now.
Oh no, this is NAC
And
Coed.
we are looking forward to bringing that live to you today as well. So stay tuned there. Capturing a lot of the men's action shortly after this race. We just saw NAC's.
NAC Coed with JoJo Topner stroking.
Let's go talk to
Natalie
them, Mindy. What do you think?
Yeah, hey JoJo, come and talk to us.
Let's go talk story.
Natalie.
Let's go shove a brush in their face.
Ask her how this race compares to her 40 mulligan.
All right, we're coming up
All
on
right here.
coming up on the NAC.
JoJo Topner stroking.
What's up,
Yes.
NAC? Congrats! All right, we're here with our today's stroker, JoJo. JoJo, what's going on in your mind? How was that race?
It was fun. The water was cold, but the water's beautiful here.
That's awesome. So, who are you guys? Any interesting battles out there with other teams?
Yeah, we are battling with Imua for a while, and then they walked away. So rude. We couldn't believe it.
Bad manners on their part, just say.
But yeah, we just were steady and strong.
Right on. And is this your crew for the rest of the 9-man season? Or you
You got no idea. You gotta ask the coach.
Who's coaching you these days?
You just do it.
Who's coaching you these days?
Chris.
Chris, okay.
Right on. Well, congrats. Good to see you. How many Molokai have you and Mindy won together?
10.
10.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
And ask her how many has she done?
Yeah.
42.
42 days.
I ain't never growing up.
Right on. Well, congrats. You guys out here looking good. Sit around. Oh.
Fun? Natalie, did you do the whole race? The entire race?
Just a brush in your face.
All right, so we just saw Hokuloma's
Brother,
women
Modelo mode is real, man.
along with
Thanks for that Modelo mode.
Bobby.
Sorry, Mindy, I interrupted. What were you saying?
I was gonna say we saw come through was Hokulo with Nadine steering and NAC with Bobby Rankenstein steering.
Oh, very cool.
And here we have a Santa Barbara canoe coming through the finish line.
So do you guys know in any other like region, is there any other organizations out there that when crews finish, the air horn goes off? Because from what I could tell, only Southern California does that.
Sailboat racing.
Sailboat racing. Okay. It's kind of you know, as a paddler, it's kind of a relief when you hear that horn. You're like, oh. It's like, yeah, Modelo.
All right, look at this race
Oh, yeah,
to the finish. Look at this
I
race
don't know if
to
the
the finish.
camera's picking that guy up.
So the
Yeah,
race
this
to the
is-
finish
Should we
is 3, 4,
should we try to line up? Maybe I think it's too late now.
4
Those
boats
canoes will
coming in.
finish us or finish before us.
Oh.
If you got it, see
Oh, Marina's got to
Let's see who this
poke
is.
left a little bit. Okay, there we go.
All right, another oceanside boat.
Do you
This is an
you
oceanside.
notice any of those paddlers out of
This is
Oceanside?
our open oceanside boat with Allie sitting one.
You know what? They're coming right to us. Let's see if they want to talk.
Allie,
Hey,
Bree,
ladies, come on over.
come on over. Come over, Bree. Come over here. So a 14-year-old sitting in seat.
So we got a
Five.
14-year-old sitting in seat 5.
Bree,
That's
come
awesome.
on over so we can interview you guys. So we saw another.
They're all thinking like,
Lana
man,
Kina
we just finished the race and you're gonna coach us even more, Mindy.
and Marina Del Rey. Lana Kila, Marina Del Rey.
So, ladies. All right, so yeah, we're gonna make our way to the
Make our way.
Oceanside, and this is an open team.
This is an open team. They were all over during.
Probably
The
we're in
O.
Cyprus. Is there
There's a.
Too tight. Oh, okay. Darn, I had.
opposite side.
Oh,
the
okay. Here we go.
opposite
We
side,
are
opposite
okay.
side.
Great, because I had so many questions.
We're coming over.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Hey, congratulations. Outside.
Yay!
Right on.
I think Bella, this was Bella's first 9-man, right? And Brianna's first 9-man. Our 14-year-old in the same 5.
14.
What do you got to say, Melissa? It was fun. Okay, good. How about you, Bree? How was your race?
Work all
Hard
around.
work.
Do you guys know who you're battling with today?
Wanakila, Marina Del Rey, and Nat.
Well, what was the outcome there?
Well, battle to the end with Wanakila, but I think we crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CBS 8, 20.7.
Yeah, 20.7 this
7
year.
miles. Yes. Come on.
20.7 miles. My last question is, what do you think of Mindy's coaching? Did you think that she was going to be coaching you guys when we had you come up to us?
Coaching is amazing. We love being on the water with her and love her on the little coach boat. Teach us.
Right on. Right, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Okay.
Bella, your first race. All right, we're looking at another Lanakila boat crossing the finish line and a Santa Barbara crossing the finish line.
Yeah, come on.
Lanakila 416.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna carry this brush all day and just walk around like Gandalf.
You shall. You look like you're ready to work. Get the deck cleaned now.
Yeah, it looks like I'm ready to work. Clean the deck. Yeah, it could be a what you call a hint as to like after we're done with the broadcast. Okay, time to get to work.
So we are at right now 3 hours and 8 minutes in the race. So I think with a little slower or a little more mileage, maybe
Okay,
that extra
that
2
current.
miles going out to sea to get a better run made the race a little longer.
That's good to hear. I
Looks
mean,
like Hokaloa Coed just came through. What do we got here?
You know what we're going to see?
Hano,
We're gonna see
Hano.
the Mad Rush boats go back in because they got to change crew.
Yeah, yeah. Hano,
true
Hano.
that.
Here's Hano, Hano coming through.
Oh, is that Mila steering? Okay. Then okay.
So I gotta shut down so I gotta redo
Okay.
a couple things so we can get ready for the events.
So, what do you think our plan of action is here?
Well, we should sign off. I gotta
All right.
get some things ready.
Should we get the camera back on, maybe?
It's got to crash. You got to crash.
Let's go to the other side of the coin.
Yeah. So it
I
looks
mean,
like
after 20 miles, like, yeah, right, yeah. They're supposed to finish on. They finished on the wrong side of the buoy, but you know, when you got a good-looking King's Hawaiian
yeah.
canoe,
That's
who's gonna argue with that
Diana.
one?
Diana Casper steering that boat in the King's Hawaiian.
Hey, Mindy,
Yep,
Mindy,
I
we're gonna be signing off here to get ready for the next race. But
Okay.
any last words? Any final words you'd like to? We're gonna also share with our little Dick Van Dyke brush here.
Okay.
Any last words you want to tell our friends home that are watching?
I don't know. Just that it was a great race, and hope that we see everybody in Oceanside and Catalina, right? For the rest of the 9-man
I know we
season.
can't do Oceanside, but we're doing Catalina, and we'd love for you to come
I
do
would
it with
love
us.
to. Yeah.
And a lot of good takeaways, a lot of good
Yeah.
paddling today, right?
Yeah.
It seems that everyone was safe, right?
Yep. Yep.
Good
Great
water changes,
day,
especially
great
for the great day,
Especially
especially for
for
the
the-
first race.
Yeah, for the first race for all these novices who come up, you know, and this is their very first introduction to 9-man racing because you don't really know what it's about until you get out here.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great race. I think we're gonna have a good Catalina
Well,
with all the visiting
I
teams.
want to say thank you very much for your Manao, right?
Yeah. Just learning about all the history and in your perspective on paddling and on all your stories and experience.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Well,
Looking
thanks for
that's
having
great.
me.
more.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Joseph Sowers, Jonah Holaba, and that's Mindy
See-
Clark.
We'll see you guys soon on the next for the men's race.
Yep. They'll be
Stay
back.
tuned.
Bye bye.